Welcome back to Those Other Guys podcast. I'm here with Clark and Joey. Quads, calves, everything is huge on him.
Everything. I walked in and was like, look at this big ass muscle. Just talking about his whole body.
Just pull that mic a little like in front of you. You could, there you go.
Perfect.
So Joey, I know you. Clark knows you.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're into, what you do.
So, I am a bodybuilder, personal trainer. So, out of Legacy Edge 360, prior military. So, I pretty much just train, eat, sleep, bodybuilding, and working with my clients. That's pretty much it. You know, nothing too fancy in life. Just moved out to Chesterfield. So, life's been good, but it's same thing every day, Groundhog Day. You know how it is.
Right. Training like that.
Exactly. It's just nonstop.
Yeah. That routine, though, is like, I need that routine so bad to if I'm training good.
I never don't have a routine. That's the hardest part is like if I feel slightly out of my element, then everything's off. Like,
well, you said military.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did you learn it there?
To an extent, kind of before. So I had to lose 60 pounds before I went in the military, and that's kind of where it started. And then going into it just like solidified being in a routine, waking up at like 4 a.m. and training every day.
Gotcha.
Yeah. I think we're all pretty routine based.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
Dude, I'm to the point where, like, if it's the weekend, like today I wake up, it's the one day I don't wake up and go to the gym. So I wake up and I'm like, what the fuck do I do? I don't know what to cook for breakfast. Yeah. Like, I'm all fucked up.
Yeah.
Because it's just out of my routine. I just wake up, have what I have for breakfast, go to the gym, train, go to work, do all that. Saturdays is the one day where I'm just, like, lost. I'm like, I don't know what I'm supposed to be doing.
Yeah, I get that way on the weekends, too. Just eating whatever almost. It's 1 day or 2 days I may eat out, and I probably eat less than what I should be eating because it's just filling food rather than like quality food that I'm used to. Normally 4 bagels a day and then all the steaks, and then instead I'll have rice and chicken. And my body's like, what's this? Yeah. And then it just chills for a while because I love Arabic food.
Oh, really?
That's like my cheat day.
Yeah, I grew up eating it. So.
Yeah, hold the bone chicken with double rice. That's what I get. That's the shit.
Joey doesn't cheat.
No. I don't think
I have to like pull his arm and like I have to really like squeeze his arm to like it's okay. You can have you know, but he doesn't. But,
well, even after
I mean, the dude eats like 6,000 calories
in
the off season, so
how did what do you so obviously you would know his calorie count for going up to what was the top weight, 285 you said in the morning?
285
yeah, he was way up there, dude. He was almost 6,000 a day at that point,
which is the highest was 58.
Yeah, it was like 58, 57.
No, is that all food?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
That's crazy.
Stupid.
Not no blended shakes. Or
no, hell no. Yeah. I think the only shake was my intra shake, and that was it.
Yeah, no, it's like 6 whole meals.
That's so crazy. Yeah. Makes a lot of sense though.
Well, yeah, if you want to grow, it's quality in versus quality out. Like people think you can go get 3-4 cheat meals a week, and like I mean, the genetic outliers, obviously, but for the most average person, 3 to 4 cheat meals a week, you're not going to grow quality fucking mass. It's just not going to happen.
It's just going to be fat.
Yeah, exactly. And then your performance is going down, and then I should do a mini cut, and then you just fucking inhibit your bulk.
It is. It's wild how it's all like a domino effect like that. Like you said, your performance is going to go down. So if performance goes down, then obviously you're not going to make as much muscle or build as much muscle as you could. And that's what I've like realized about shitty meals. Is like the next day I'm like, oh, like that's when I really feel it, and I'm like, oh, I can't do this anymore. Like drinking, like the next day, fuck that, dude. Like, do you ever drink at all?
I haven't drank since 2017.
Nice, yeah.
So it's been a while.
Yeah, and I mean it shows. People that go out every weekend and drink, they're in the same spot next Monday that they were last Monday. Yeah, because they just erase all that fucking thing that whole week that they did with alcohol. An empty calorie that just doesn't fill you up. Just it's poison. Poison.
Yeah, well, some people need it to have fun. It's like you just get to that point where like you don't need it, or you just think of your goals and be like, okay, well, is this going to help me or not?
Right.
Most people can't get that through their head, so it's like they work for the weekend. So it's like when you have that mentality, you're just going to go and fuck off all weekend, and then you feel like shit on Monday.
Yeah,
100%.
And try to reset.
You see that a lot with people who kind of like in a way kind of work for the system. I think that's what I like to call it. Like they're kind of just systematically made to go to college, get this 9 to 5, spend it Monday through Friday, and every day during the week, all they're caring about is that Friday. Friday is the day to just let it loose and completely, throw their routine in the shitter. I'm off work at 5 p.m. Don't talk to me till Monday. That's the kind of people those kind of people are, which sucks.
It's like an addiction almost. Like you're hiding it till the weekend. I'm only going to do it on the weekend. It's like you can have fun every day, but you're only having fun on the weekends, and thinking of it like that like makes it like that splurge.
Well, yeah, but that's the way society's groomed you pretty much. You only go through school Monday through Friday, and then everyone 100%. Only gets a job, and most of them, like corporate jobs, you only work Monday through Friday, and it's just the same thing.
Yep. And then you're told to like cherish those 2 days off.
Yeah.
Which is fucking crazy. That talk about routine.
Yeah.
I mean, shit, humans are pretty much routine animals, I feel like.
Yeah, especially today.
Yeah.
No kidding.
But like in bodybuilding, I feel like we have to be so routine based, but I think that's where like the work ethic for the really good bodybuilder gets past that. Like you can look past those like, oh, I can't have fun or I can't do this, and it kind of just changes your mentality, because I think the whole like, oh, I can't have fun because I can't drink I think it's just something that they have a problem with what's going on in their life, or something is deeper than that, because I mean, I have fun everywhere I go, and I don't drink or anything.
Yeah, it seems like a much more underlying problem than like a surface thing.
Because like, I mean, Joey works with clients too, and like he sees it. Like you'll see people diet perfectly Monday through Saturday even. And like Sundays.
Oh, Sunday fun day fucking comes around. And all hell breaks loose. And you're slamming margaritas by the pool and drinking eating burgers, you know. So
right, yeah. And like just completely off diet.
It's
completely
a lot.
Off everything you've had all week. So your body's like, what the fuck is this anyway? Yeah.
And then they end up feeling like shit Monday.
Yep.
Performance is down.
Yeah. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. And then you're just climbing back up. It is funny like that. Probably feel great Thursday and Friday, and then they're like, "Oh, I'm gonna go out this weekend because I feel great."
Go because I earned it.
Yeah,
right?
exactly. I earned it.
Your whole life's been a cheat meal. You don't need a fucking cheat meal every week or every couple days. Like, you kidding me?
Yeah, I know. You can be disciplined for fucking 3 or 4 weeks, and then fucking have like a loose meal, and it's like a meal. Like, let it be a meal.
Yeah, not a whole day. That's the one thing I hate is like, oh, are we doing cheat days or blah blah? Are we doing cheat meals? Like, that's the one question I get. Like, if I get it within the first 2 weeks, like, it's just, come on,
dude, that's brutal. That's brutal, because you just already know they're set up so wrong.
Exactly.
Like, you're doing it for the wrong fucking reason if you're waiting for that cheat.
Yes.
And
that shouldn't be your motivation to diet for 2 weeks.
Right. Yeah. I can't wait for that fucking pizza.
Yeah.
No, just have 2 slices. Don't have the full fucking pizza, you know? Like, yeah, I think that's more of a discipline thing than fucking anything, dude.
Yeah, well, a lot of people haven't learned that discipline. They've been eating one way for so long, like their parents' home cooked meals, or they just go snack and get whatever they want. So it's like, as soon as you try and get them on like a regimented meal plan or regimented macros to eating clean, it's like, it's really a struggle, because it's more of an addiction than anything to that shit food.
For sure. I mean, it tastes so fucking good. Like, you're not a foodie though, are you?
No. I'm a fat kid on the inside.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh
yeah. Same.
Are you? I spent all that time with you after the show, and I did not see that. The first thing you fucking wanted was Five Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's a burger.
Yeah, but still,
not
I'm not
like
gonna,
a sweet.
No, I don't like.
I thought this guy was gonna like slam food. I was so excited to watch, and it was like, oh.
No. Well, because I knew, like, I didn't know if we were gonna come back at night or whatever, you know. So it's after nationals, but yeah, even after where were we at before nationals last year? Flint. Yeah. Like, you seen what I sent you what I eat, and you're like, well, fuck, these guys are eating burgers and donuts and shit. I don't know. Like, you go through that like your first couple of years of competing, and then after that, it's like, okay, is this really going to help me for next year? Like, that's all I was thinking about was the next show. The next year, like, how is this going to affect me in the long run?
It sets you back so hardcore binging like that.
I mean, like when you're that lean and like post show, like, it's not going to fucking kill your progress. But I don't know. With my mentality, I think like so far down the road. Right. I don't think like, okay, how like this is going to taste great. Like, I think of my performance and how I'm going to grow into next year. Like, I'm not thinking about like anything else.
No, I mean, that makes a lot more sense, and there are a lot of sense, and it shows, you know, because I couldn't wait for Oreos after my show. But after I did that, I was like, I'm never doing that again.
Yeah.
I ate like 6 boxes.
Yeah.
I was fucked up, dude.
Okay, ask him about my fucking peak week. I was eating boxes of Oreos and boxes
during peak week.
Yeah. Are you kidding? I was having like Oreos and honey.
Fill them out.
Oh, that makes sense.
We were having dozen Krispy Kremes.
Yeah. It was like for 3 or 4 days in a row. He's like, go get half a dozen donuts. Go get half a dozen donuts. I'm like, what the fuck, man.
You know those Krispy Kremes they sell like at Kroger?
Yeah. The pre-box.
Those pre-box ones.
Oh my god.
We had probably like 3 dozens. No, I'm sorry, like 3 half dozens.
Yeah.
That's crazy. What was your mentality when you were hearing that?
I was just like,
what the
well,
fuck?
if he says it, all right, whatever. But I wasn't like, oh my God, donuts. I was like,
right.
all right, there's got to be a method
No,
to
it
this
was
somehow.
just like execute. It wasn't like, oh my God, mouth drooling.
Well, sometimes if you were telling me that, I'd be like, oh shit, what have I done? Or what am I doing? Like, you know, like, why do we need donuts, dude?
Yeah.
Like, I'd be overthinking that aspect, not like, oh yes, I get donuts. I'd be like, why do I get donuts?
I was just like, my mentality like during prep is like, whatever, like people ask me, oh, how are you looking? I don't know, ask Tom. I don't have an opinion. I'm just like neutral. Like whatever his opinion is, like that's how I look. Okay, cool. And then it just keeps me mindless. So I just execute day to day, train, cardio, eat, and then
that's what a coach is supposed to do. Yeah. That's that client coach. That's what it really should be. You're not a friend. You're not this, that. You're my eyes.
Yeah.
Do I look good? What do I need to eat?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. That's what it is.
Exactly.
Yeah. It's funny though, because you're a coach, so you know how to be a client.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Which is very rare.
Oh really? Like coaches?
Can say a lot of like coaches I've coached are the worst athletes.
Really?
Yeah. Check in late, don't check in, half-ass diet. I'm too busy with my clients. Bitch, shut the fuck up. You know?
You're right.
Not a chance.
No.
That's the one thing I tell like my clients, like I shouldn't be like chasing you down for check-ins. Like, like Fridays and Saturdays are your guys' check-ins, like send me your shit done, and then that's when adjustments go out.
Right.
But it's like,
you're an adult.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I shouldn't be like holding your hand.
Yeah, but a coach, dude, when a coach misses a check-in, you feel my pain.
Yeah.
Right.
Why aren't you checking in?
Yes.
That's
exactly.
Weird.
Yeah.
That is funny.
Like you're getting annoyed about what you do.
Yeah. Yep. Exactly. Oh, that's funny.
Oh man! Then they post an Instagram story about it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
Dude, you gotta love that shit. Neither of you do that shit though.
What do you mean?
Post like Instagram stories like, don't hit me up this fucking weekend. Like,
no,
I know, but like
if I'm gonna have a weekend where like I'm gonna be with like the family or whatever, okay, I'm not working until like whenever. I'll just be like, all right, guys, I'm gonna be gone for the weekend. Blah blah. I'll check in with you guys on Sunday.
Because like you are a coach, and so are you, and like some of these people are not, but they have the hat of a coach, right? Yeah, and like you can tell that they're not a good fucking coach. Like they're trying to do this for an income.
Well, you can tell the coaches who have coached people in person as to a part. Like you were a personal trainer before you started online, exactly. Yes. So it's completely different dynamic in developing people skills than the people who just coach online.
See, and how many times have I said that?
1,000.
Like we literally were just talking about this the other day, and I was like, the best online coaches were the ones who train people in person first, because they realized like you and I learned that people have real life problems.
Yes,
they have things they have to deal with.
Yep.
We see that really human side of them because we had to see them every day. You personal train, so you know what that's like.
100%.
And that translated to online communication.
Yes, that's
why we probably resonate more with those people when they have those issues, which is like people who just try to jump into online they don't know. They think everyone should be militant. They
think everyone's gonna follow everything they say all the time, and it's like you're in for a fucking rough ride.
They get disappointed from that because they'd never experienced that with a person in person before. Because when you're training somebody in person, you get that relationship. You find out why they're not doing things because they talk to you. You're with them for an hour. Right. You're gonna talk. You're not gonna not talk to them.
Right. Yeah.
So you find out what's wrong, and then as the years go by, you start working with somebody online. They're not following the diet. Now you know that people have these issues and why it could be a problem. And I think that's why the best coaches online were ones who started with people in person.
No, that makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Because that's what that is, right? It's a lack of people skills. When I tell you, don't hit me up this fucking weekend. I'm like, bro, like, why can't you just say I'm busy this weekend? Yeah. It's like so weird. It's such a hardo thing too. And it's so fucking annoying.
It's just online coaches or coaches holding themselves on a pedestal above their clients. That's all it is. It's like,
which is weird.
I don't know where they get the mentality from, or like these influencers are turning into coaches and they think they're better than everybody else. It's like, no, you're not. You're still a person, right? You still have to respond to people like they're people. They're not like just little robots you command around.
Yeah, that is a good point. I mean, that's what it seems like. Like,
Yeah.
Like they're robots, and they should just like life is an Excel sheet,
Yeah.
or something. I just need to check this off. I got this. Like, nope, that's not how it goes every day.
Yeah.
Not at all. Yeah, there's bumps in the road, definitely. But no.
Like those like influencers who become like coaches and stuff. Like that's a rough one.
That was a deep sigh.
Oh God, you're gonna start getting me fired up already.
Yeah,
man. No, because it's fucking bullshit. I hate these influencers who they filter all their shit. They have like these fancy ass videos. Oh, get big doing this, and it's like, okay, you're like 165 pounds soaking wet. Shut up. You're not big with anything. You like,
yeah, you're not ripped. You're skinny.
Yeah, like the biggest. I'm pretty sure Dave Reed told me this. He was like, knowledge without mileage is bullshit.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's a big one, dude.
Like, think of it like, okay, you're coaching people. If you're out of shape, you shouldn't be a fucking coach.
Right.
Obviously, you haven't transformed your body and all that, or like people who train people to compete should have competed before. And not just fucking once. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
yeah.
Been through a prep, been coached by an actual coach who knows what they're doing, so that you can learn from them. Or like, okay,
have an idea.
Yes,
at least.
exactly.
Yeah, of how it should go.
Have a hard idea.
Right.
Like you should have suffered too, so you know what you're about to put these people through.
Exactly.
Right. Yeah.
You know.
Yep. And you shouldn't. You should do every exercise. You should do every drug supplement if you're gonna tell your clients to do it. You shouldn't be telling them to take shit you would never take yourself. Like, how responsible is that?
Yeah, that's crazy. That's fucking disgusting.
Yeah,
honestly.
That is. I mean, I've been a pretty test dummy on myself.
No, and you should, and that's what separates like a decent good coach from like a great coach, because you have that experience under your belt already. So it's like, you know how the body should respond. Everyone's obviously different as to how they respond to stuff, but it's like
a general feeling,
exactly.
General like knowing. Man, I love that knowledge without mileage is bullshit.
Yep.
Damn.
That's a good one. That's a good one, because it's true. It's like somebody coming into a managerial job just because they've got, the degree.
Yep, exactly.
And they always fuck it up when somebody's there who's been there for 15 years and is trying to tell you like, yo, this is not the way it goes.
Yeah.
Like that experience of knowing that and shit just always trumps the little book knowledge that you get, the bookworm, right? That's why you probably don't like the science aspect to it. You still
as far
do
as
a little,
what, training?
Yeah, you still do a little bro science to it.
Oh, of course. Yeah. There's like bro science is experience. That's all it is.
Yeah.
And then obviously there's the science side of things and the more technical side of things, which do come into play. So it's like, you can't just bro science everything and think like you're going to get to the top. There has to be a happy middle.
I think it's a fair mix of both.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I always like a little sprinkle of bro science on it, for sure.
I know. I think it's a good mix of both.
Every science-based person or scientist, they're so fucking small and little, dude.
You beat me to it. I was going to say it.
They're tiny, bro. It's like, I don't want to look like you.
Yeah.
Like, you are not my bodybuilding motivation.
Well, that's like knowledge without mileage is bullshit. These guys are trying to tell people how to get big and how to turn into a bodybuilder, and they're little.
Right. Yeah.
How does that work?
And they're always natural.
Yeah.
And it's like, okay, bro. But like,
no one cares anymore for natural.
that's not bodybuilding to me. Like, natural, I get it. If you are like a genetic god and you can do it, then I get it. But like, also like, that everybody talks about how far they're willing to take it.
Yeah.
Well, I mean,
how far are you really willing?
Yeah. There's an actual like step into this sport that's like the point of no return almost, right? So it's like, how far are you really? Because like, sure, hitting that set of 10 that burned was, whatever. Yeah. That shit's fun. Like, let's be real, training's fun. So like, I don't want to hear it. It's when you do the shit in the background, when you have to do the cardio, when you have to diet, when you have to cut that meal down and not lie to yourself that you're weighing it out correctly. Like, that's bodybuilding to me. That's the shit that's done in the shadows is bodybuilding.
Yeah. Everyone can train, but not everyone can do that. That's like, and the one thing I was going to say before, like, you went into all that is like, telling my clients like who want to start competing, it's like, there's certain risks to this, like taking certain gear, taking certain supplements, like it comes with risks. So you need to do your research, come back to me, and then we'll have an educated talk about it, because it's not just something you can go back from once you start. And a lot of people, before they start, they're not mature enough and they don't know enough about it. So they're just like, oh, hey, I'm going to order a bunch of this shit and then take it. And they start way too high, or they fuck themselves up and they're in the hospital like 6 weeks later.
Dude, yes. Dude, the amount of young people that do this is crazy to me. It's
didn't
crazy.
the NPC just do something where it's like 18 years old now? It's like
so the teen division used to be from 14 to 16
Yeah.
or 14 to 19, and they changed it to where you have the teen division is now only 18 to 19.
Okay.
Yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, hell yeah.
You should like
Nobody should be bodybuilding before 18.
no, like I get it. Like back in the day, like Lee Priest and all those guys when they were starting super young, like
Yeah.
Right.
boom, they blasted from then on. But it's like at what risk?
Yeah, even
You
then
know?
it wasn't a good idea.
No,
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
not saying it's ever a
Right,
good idea,
right,
especially
right.
being that like, young. Like I helped one of my buddies. I turned him a natural pro, completely natural. Now he looked like he could compete in the NPC, and he was only 18, and he phenomenal physique.
Right.
You know, so it can be done natural up into a certain point, and then if you want to be pro, like it's just not going to happen. There may be one or two guys.
Absolutely.
And
But those
you're-
guys don't look like they need to be in a natural show.
Exactly.
And like when you put them in a natural show, it's almost funny.
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, what's going on here?
Yep.
Like these guys just lost weight for this show. This dude trained for that show. There's always one guy that's like, holy shit. Like, are you sure?
Yeah.
But you deep down, you know he is.
Yeah.
You know, and it's just that's what I meant too. Those scientists are always the dudes that look like they should be at the natural show.
Yeah.
You know, they're not the outlier.
Or
that-
they don't even look like they work out.
Well, I think the education, like literature based kind of coaches, like the ones that, because like some are, I would say I'm probably one that's like, I don't know, 60-40%. But like I know guys that are like 90% literature based. Like if it ain't in the literature, I'm not doing it.
Yeah.
Right.
And I think that's, I hate to say it, but that's why their clients don't look the best,
Right.
because they're afraid to go against the grain of literature, and literature has flaws.
oh,
Like
yeah.
I had an entire semester on finding flaws in studies.
Oh, wow.
That was a whole semester, a whole class of my master's. It
Yeah.
had nothing to do with writing literature, nothing. It was assessing literature for validity issues.
That's a
That's
dope
interesting.
class.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so that's why, like, when people send me papers and they're like, oh, this, and I'm like, dude, I could rip this apart and tell you why you should throw it in the garbage.
Right.
And I know coaches that are very heavy literature based, and you know that's why their clientele don't change as fast or change as much, and their preps are so literature based to where it's like, you know, just some of the stuff they do just doesn't make sense. Like, oh my God, rate of loss was 2 pounds this week. We need to refeed and slow and the diet break.
Oh,
And
yeah.
I'm like, dude, fuck it. Like Joey was at one point like 4 pounds a week just shaving off of him, and I was like, fuck it.
Run
Dude,
with
dude
it.
looks
Yeah.
crazy.
Yeah. Run with
What about
it.
the week I dropped 11?
Yeah, he dropped 11 pounds
That's
1 week.
Yeah.
Out of nowhere.
insane.
Yeah.
That's insane.
We fed him up after.
Yeah.
Of course.
And then, but like that, like, what was I supposed to do? Put him in a diet break for 2 weeks? No.
Right.
No.
Literature says yes.
Right.
But if I would have, maybe it would have slowed us down too much. I
Yeah.
don't know.
Yeah. 100%.
And that's where I think, like, the bro sciencey experience stuff comes
Oh,
in handy.
100%.
Yohimbian is a big one.
Yeah.
Yohimbian is very, like, literature-based and not effective. Yet everybody I use it with sees great
Oh,
results.
I
from
love
it.
it.
That's interesting.
So it's like,
Yeah.
just because this piece of paper says it's not the best,
Yeah.
why shouldn't I use it?
Right. 100%.
You know? So,
That's that experience one, though.
Yeah.
The knowledge behind it or the mileage behind
well,
it.
I think,
Trying
I mean,
it.
I come from the educational background, so it's like, I know the type of people in that realm, they are the most closed-minded people ever.
Right.
They don't want you to tell them one thing that goes against their narrative.
Right.
And then it's a 4-hour argument.
Because they don't. It's almost like they don't know how to think for themselves, though.
No, because they were
'cause
told
it's
how
not
to
in the
think.
book.
Exactly.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
They were told how to think by the book.
Right. And that's just not really bodybuilding. There's never
No.
been a book for
Well, it's
it.
not being a coach in general. You have to be completely open-minded. Like, okay, so say like you're 90% literature-based, right? Like, to what extent are all your clients' programs going to be the same, or if not, like 90% similar?
Yeah.
You know, like
For
everyone
sure.
has different limitations, different mobility, different dysfunctions. Like, everything has to be completely customizable. And if you're closed-minded, that's not going to be the case. You're going to be like, okay, this is how you're going to train, and that's it.
Yeah.
Right.
What kind of a
100%.
coach is
But I
that?
know guys like that.
It's a shame.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's horrible.
You know guys like that.
Do I?
Yeah.
Probably.
No names.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. Not that I can think of, but I'm sure I do. But I mean, fuck it, dude. Like, then let them keep doing that. You know what I mean?
Well, yeah,
No, I
and
mean,
they get
it's-
weeded out in the
they
end.
get weeded
anyways.
out slowly.
Yes.
And the person is, but
boy.
That's funny.
Oh boy.
but
That's funny.
it's a shame though, because those people are really smart.
Yeah.
If they let some of their experience take over their mind, their decision making,
Yeah.
they would be pretty damn good coaches.
Well, I always thought trial and error was a huge thing in bodybuilding.
It is.
It is. Oh, yeah.
We trial and error a bunch of stuff.
Yeah, but like a lot of people won't take that leap because there's days invested in it or weeks invested in that could be error. Yeah. Right? And like, to me, it's like you're going to live those fucking days anyway going to the gym, so why not give it a try? And if it doesn't work, now you know.
They don't give it enough time to work, though. That's the only thing.
That's true, too, yeah.
So it's like, you're like, I get it all the time from clients. Oh, hey, when are we switching workouts and stuff like that? Or when are we switching programs? It's like, give it more than 6 to 8 weeks, and then you're actually going to see some difference. Like, if you're not enhanced, like, there's nothing helping you recover. There's nothing helping you build muscle. It's going to take some fucking time.
Right. Especially if they're probably new and you have to re-break them in from whatever they were just doing, right?
Yeah.
That always, I always thought of that.
Well, like I've had people get frustrated, sorry to interrupt you, about being natural and not making changes in 6 months. And I'm like, what did you think was going to happen? Right. Because this shit's going to take you 2-3 years. Yep. You know? Yeah. Like some of my friends who are coaches too, like will say, like, if you're natural, if you're trying to grow, plan on being in a surplus for like 2 years.
Yeah. Right. 100%.
Because it's not going to happen that fast. Then if you're older, you got hormones working against you.
Exactly.
So good luck at that point. You know, you got to optimize your hormones and do this for that long.
Right.
Yeah.
So it's like, I don't know. I say bodybuilding is the most patient sport with the most impatient people.
That's perfect.
That is a great way of thinking of it.
It is.
Real, 100%.
Yeah.
Like Silas, I posted his transformation the other day, like, and it was 2 years.
Right.
That was the physique guy you just posted,
to
right?
Classic, yeah.
Oh, to classic, yeah.
So he's going physique to classic.
Yeah. And his shoulders are insane.
2 years to get there.
That's what you get for doing it for 2 years. That's the one thing I seen. I was like, holy shit. I was like, his shoulders are
We didn't do one, like, cleanup phase. Like, he was straight up in a surplus for 2 years.
That's awesome.
Yeah, good for him. Yeah, honestly, for that, I mean, that's discipline in a weird way,
too.
Yeah,
I mean, it takes a long time to get to that point. Like, you went from junior nationals.
Yep.
And then didn't compete again until we got together.
Yes, exactly.
And how many years was that?
I took a whole year off, and then we got together. So it was a year and a half.
So a year and a half, yeah.
You know, which is like a good amount of time.
I competed in 2018 and didn't again until 2021.
Right. I still haven't competed since 2018.
Yeah, you haven't competed since 18.
Yeah. And I went 60 pounds heavier now
than
I was on stage,
Yeah, I went from weighing in junior nationals 214, and then our first show we weighed in at 231.
Yeah. This year we're going to be like 240s.
Yeah.
Oh, man, that's exciting.
He should be 10 to 15 pounds heavier this year.
Dude, I mean, I was following
we haven't even
all
like
those
pushed
check-ins.
the envelope yet.
No, not even. You lowered food, what, like 3 weeks ago? Not even, or 2 weeks ago, and I just like haven't felt it. So it's like
keeping it going.
Yeah, food's still like not bad at all.
No, his low days are like 3,000. His high days are like 4 something.
Yeah.
This guy can die on
that's
food.
insanity.
Yeah. Well, you got to build up to that too, though. It's like with your calories in the off season. Yeah, exactly. It takes years to build up that tolerance to food, and it's and doing an off season at 6,000.
The muscle to
the muscle is what drives that.
Oh yeah.
Because his muscle mass is so high.
Right.
That's why he can eat so much.
Right. Somebody's gonna hear this and be like, "I need 6,000 calories," and they weigh 180 pounds. Yes.
When I had a guy ask me like, "Oh, like." Do guys have to eat like 6,000, 10,000 calories a day? I said, look, bro, I don't know anybody eating 10,000 calories a day. I said, I have one guy, and it was you. And I was like, he's probably the only one I've ever had close to 6,000 calories a day. And I said, it's like a job. Like, you are waking up, and if you don't wake up early enough, you're not finishing your food by the end of the day.
Yes. Yeah, and if one meal's late, you're like, now I got to stay up an hour to a half hour more late to get that fucking meal.
Right.
Or you try and slam it, and then your stomach's destroyed.
Right. Are you I'm sure you were at that point where if you missed a meal, it was 3 pounds down, but you probably never missed a meal.
I remember there was one point in the off season I got sick for like a weekend and I dropped 7 pounds.
Oh yeah. I think I messaged you about
we were talking about it. Yeah. And I only missed one meal each day and it was 7 pounds gone in that weekend.
Crazy.
It is insane. It's such a teetering point where it's like, okay, what needs to go up? Does food need to go up? Does training need to go harder? Because I'm like right there. Like my number was 232. I was right there. If I missed a meal, I'm down to 227 in the morning.
Yeah.
And then I get that meal back, and then it takes a day or two, but I'm right back up. But then miss another meal, or the weekend comes around. Like I said, I'm not eating as much as I like think because I'm eating out.
Yeah.
And I drop like 3 or 4 more pounds. I'm like, what the fuck, dude? So I've been chilling now. I'm not pushing no envelope.
My biggest was 214, and then we had my son, and we were stuck in the hospital for 2 days because somehow, by the grace of God, we tested positive for fucking COVID.
Right, that was so funny.
Still haven't got it.
They locked us in the
Yeah.
room.
Nice.
They locked us in the room. Wouldn't let me out.
Jeez.
So I didn't eat for like 2 days.
I remember you're so
And I was
pissed.
like 205 when we came back, and then I got right back on my diet, and I couldn't get back up there again.
Jeez.
Yeah, it sucked, but
Yeah.
that's the heaviest I got.
214.
Yeah.
And
You
you're
get
how
round
tall
in
now?
your bulks. You get fucking round though. Your
Dude,
muscle bellies,
yeah,
get
you're
your
pretty
shoulders, chest, and arms get so round.
I get fat though.
So
Just around
you're
the
bulking. Who
midsection.
cares?
Just in my
Yeah,
midsection, yeah.
That's where I hold it too.
Yeah.
You don't get fat. You have shredded glutes all year round.
I
That
mean,
is-
I think
which
that's
is
more
nutty.
a genetic thing than anything.
Yeah, 100%. Were you the fat kid growing up?
Yeah, I was. Yeah. So if you look like further down my page, I post like a 10-year transformation. It's like I used to just be like a fat drunk stoner, and yeah, I always worked out. Like I always loved fucking training and lifting heavy, but it's like I refused to like lose weight. I was like, I'm just gonna be big forever. Like I was one of those guys, and then like eventually, like,
Didn't you power lift?
I did like one bench press competition, but I never did
okay.
like a full meet.
Got you.
Yeah.
So then, how'd you get with Coach B?
We just talk back and forth.
Oh.
Yeah, like he doesn't like like he was like advising a lot of my programming and stuff like that. Like, cause I like love training like a powerlifter and a strongman. Like, I think it's just fun to lift that fucking heavy, and then throwing in like some of the accessories from your workouts and stuff like that. Trying to like my experiment was I was trying to mesh all 3 of them into one program, and it was fun as hell. And I did it for like 6 weeks, and then your body just gets
I was
destroyed.
gonna say,
Yeah.
how was recovery on
Horrible.
that shit? Yeah.
After 6 weeks, like my elbows and knees were killing
Your
me.
program's good now.
Yeah. Yep. I
You sent it to
yeah.
me, and I saw it, and
Yeah.
it was perfect.
Yeah.
Because I was like, okay, he's not gonna kill himself.
No. Super low volume right now. Just trying to lift heavier, but that's the one thing. Like going into prep, I always try and strength train to like. That's how you're gonna keep your muscle mass. Trying to get stronger, deeper into the show. The biggest mistake I think people make is when they go into prep and they're like, "Oh, well, I'm gonna up my volume and like lift like."
Time to cut.
Yeah, exactly.
12 to 15.
Lift for cutting and do higher volume or like
Yeah.
higher rep sets. It's like, no, you're gonna fucking just eat away all your muscle. Your body's adaptation to lifting heavy is more muscle mass.
Right.
Your body's adaptation to lifting with more reps is you're gonna look more slender. You're gonna look more streamlined. So
You get into that endurance shit that we always talk about.
Yeah.
Like when people are doing 3 hours of cardio. It's
Yeah.
like you're doing a fucking marathon.
I had a couple preps like that. It was miserable.
Dude,
Not with me.
No, not with you.
Yeah.
My first couple of preps, I was hitting like 2-3 hours of cardio a day. And it was rough, but
That's marathon training.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that's how I learned coming up, and then you learn
Right.
more and more as the
yeah,
years go on.
100%.
So.
Yeah.
100%. I was doing 40 minutes a session when I was prepping on the stairs, and I was doing 2 a days. I prepped doing 2 a days, which was dope because like I would hit like a push in the morning and then legs at night type of thing.
Oh, gotcha. Yeah.
But it wasn't like crazy volume.
No.
You know, it was like 5 workouts, like maybe 4 working sets.
Yeah.
But I did do a lot of reps then because I was in that school of thought of more reps.
How many
more
days a week
cutting.
would you do that?
I want to say like 5, and then
Okay.
the weekends I would take like off.
Yeah.
You know.
Oh,
I,
so you
I would
train
just
Monday
do
through Friday,
cardio.
then,
Yeah.
Gotcha.
Yeah. So and like, or I would do like a touch-up day, like abs, calves, that type of shit when I was in prep. But I did my own prep.
Yeah.
I didn't know anything. I was very egotistical. I wanted to do it all myself. You know, because I had just been the fat kid my whole life. So I'm like I wasn't working at the time.
Yeah.
So I was getting all this research or looking at up everything that I could.
Yeah.
So I did everything different. I was cutting on 2 pounds of beef and like a cup of oats a day. That's really like what I ate. Like
You wanted to wear a bikini on stage.
Yes,
is what wanted,
yes, dude. It was fucking insane.
He was like paper thin.
No shit.
Like he was.
I was 176, dude.
Jeez.
Yeah, I was 176 on stage.
Natural.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I was truly
Natural guys do get more shredded though.
Yeah.
Oh my
100
god.
because all I had to do was lose weight.
Yeah.
I wasn't like a
There's no drugs involved.
Yeah,
no
exactly.
science project behind it.
Aldosterone and
Yeah.
water retention.
100%.
and-
Yeah.
Yeah, natural dudes can get diced.
Yeah.
It's just dropping
if they know
weight.
how to diet and train.
If they know how to diet,
Yeah.
they get really, really diced.
Well, that's when we met. We need to sit down and talk because you're not going to believe me what I did for the show.
Yeah.
And then when we sat down, he's like, "I'm glad we sat down."
She's like, I have 4 steaks in the morning, 3
Yeah.
steaks in the afternoon, and I was like, what the fuck does this guy eat?
Yeah, I was training. My first session was like off of like some almonds. Like I'd wake up, hit cardio, eat some almonds, train, and then eat. And then I would eat another meal, train at night, go home, go to sleep.
Jeez.
And then do it all over again. Because I was personal training.
Yeah.
So I was just going to the gym, working out, training clients, and then work out before leaving.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it was...
Well, I seen some of your meals, like when you were coming back and trying to gain weight after everything that happened.
Yeah.
You were like, it was like 2 or 3 steaks on one plate with like a little bit of potato.
No, that's how he eats.
I eat 6 steaks a day.
You don't get the meat sweats or like how's
Not
your...
at all.
Jeez.
And digestion is fucking
His
great.
cholesterol was like perfect.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Because of him, I don't believe in the red meat cholesterol
Oh,
thing.
no, and you shouldn't anyways,
right?
right?
Yeah.
It's
It doesn't raise
But when people
dietary
tell me, oh,
cholesterol.
red meat's bad for me. And I'm like, well, I know a guy.
Yeah,
Should be
right?
dead.
Yeah.
Yeah, if red meat was bad, I should be dead. But yeah, no, and that was all the information that I was getting because I wasn't working. So
Yeah.
I was like hearing it. And this information, we were talking about literature, there's flaws in it.
Oh, yeah.
This information won't be in literature for 8 to 10 years. You know,
Yeah.
they're going to have to do studies. They're going to have
Oh,
to do all
yeah.
this. Because most of what I was hearing was anecdotal.
Mhm.
But I wanted to try it. Trial and error. I've
Oh,
tried
yeah, exactly.
everything.
You have to learn what works best for your body, right?
Dude, I've tried every fucking diet.
Yeah.
I've tried carb backloading. You ever try that?
Yeah.
That's why I drink black coffee. I was drinking double doubles, and then I was like, oh, I can't have carbs in the morning, so I need to have black coffee. And then I would train, and then all my carbs
All your carbs after you train.
Yeah.
I've tried all that stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Carb cycling, backloading, carnivore, keto. I've tried fasting. I've tried it, literally all of it. You know, I was vegetarian for 16 years. That one sucked.
Wow.
Yeah.
What was your reason for being a vegetarian?
I was just born and raised that way.
Oh,
My
okay.
parents were.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Are your parents still vegetarian?
No. They did 25 years, which is fucking crazy.
That's a hard switch from doing it pretty much their whole
What
lives.
made
and
you
then-
guys switch?
My dad, so what made me switch was just pressure from friends. They made me, I ate steak, chicken, and bacon in one day. And
You're somebody probably wrecked.
No, it really wasn't, which
Really?
is crazy. But yeah, I was good to go. And I was like, okay, I'm converted. And then my dad actually broke his arm on a fall that shouldn't have like done it.
Oh,
And then when they went to the doctor, he was like, what's your diet? And my dad's like, I've been a vegetarian for 25 years. And the doctor's like, read this book, and gave him a book called Primal Mind, Primal Body.
Okay.
And they read it, and the next weekend they were eating meat. Yeah. My dad's like, nope, we're going to do this now. And they started eating meat right away. And then everything changed. My mom started losing weight more because she was in Weight Watchers. My mom is like why I started losing weight. Because she like lost like 80 to 100 pounds in Weight Watchers.
Wow.
Yeah. And then I was like, oh shit. So I wanted to start working out and losing weight. And then I did. And I started eating meat. And my mom and dad got curious about that. And then they eventually are now eating meat now. And my mom trains with Jess.
Yeah.
So
Yep.
the whole family's getting coached. The whole
I
family's getting
literally
coached.
train my whole family.
Yeah.
Yeah.
100%.
No one in my family listens to me.
Yeah.
Which is crazy.
Nobody. Not a
Which
single
is
one of them.
crazy.
Usually how it works. Family's the hardest to get to.
I won't work with them.
Really?
No, I wouldn't.
Did you
Anyone.
ever try at one point?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, never.
That's fair. Then I
Cousins, people I know that
Yeah.
I grew up with. No, I'm good, bro.
wouldn't ask you for shit either.
I ain't helping you.
That's funny. Do you train any family other than like your immediate family, or?
I trained one of my cousins up at CMU just online, and then I trained one of my little cousins. I got him fucking strong. He went from deadlifting like 135, and then we had him sumo pulling like 365 for deficit reps. It was like in like a 4-month span, he just like exploded. It was awesome.
Dude, new
Must be the
strength is
genes.
quick.
Yeah, right.
New strength comes quick. Too.
Yeah.
Like those dudes that finally like find that next gear.
Yeah.
Like when they go above a plate, all of a sudden weight
Yeah.
starts flying up. It's like
I think it's
yeah.
a mental block.
100%.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Squatting for me was like 405. After I got 405 for one, it like everything was better.
Yeah.
Like confidence went up. I think that's like a lot
Mine
of
was
it
always
too.
my bench.
Really?
Whenever my bench gets stuck, it gets stuck for like months on end. And I'm like, fuck, here we go.
Yeah. My bench is stuck right now. I'm at 300 and can't get above it. can't get above it to save my life.
Is that like a 1 rep, or are you trying to hit it for reps?
No, I hit it. I want to say like 10 or 11 times the other day.
And you're not stuck at 300.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. That's fair. I just meant for that rep.
Yeah, for the rep.
It's been my top week weight, like 2 blocks in a row now.
Yeah.
So that's kind of what I meant. But this next one, I think I'll break it. This next block.
Now, Joey, what is your squat is? What's your 1 rep squat right now?
760 on a safety bar. I mean, right now, not with my hip right now,
yeah.
but like before my hip took a shit, it was 760 on a safety bar.
So crazy.
That is crazy.
Well, I couldn't get under, like, when after last prep, I couldn't get under a straight bar. Like, it was impossible. I couldn't, like, wrap my arms. I couldn't rack it, anything.
Just
so I had to,
comfortably?
Yeah, I couldn't even, like, do it. I'd be on the outside, like, trying to hold the plates.
Oh.
So I had to move to a safety bar, and then, like, my squat just, like, exploded.
For sure.
Yeah.
Safety bar is crazy.
Yeah, I like safety bar.
I love it. Have you ever squatted with a spider bar?
What's that?
No.
So you know what a cambered bar is? A cambered squat bar?
Yeah.
It has safety bar handles on it.
So it's a cambered safety squat bar.
Exactly. They call it a spider bar because it looks all crazy. That's probably the hardest bar I've ever squatted on in my life. Because with a safety bar, you know, you can kind of manipulate the weight a little bit when you push on the handles. If you move that, where the leverage is and where the weight is compared to your body, it swings forward. So it's not just like these tiny little arms. It's like they swing forward almost a foot. So you can like really mess yourself up on it. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Champion has that?
No, I have it in my basement.
Oh.
Yeah.
He's got a badass.
Dude, I was about to say, every training video, I feel like you're in your basement. And
yeah,
then when
I was for a while.
Then when I saw you get to a gym, I'm like, great. Now he's just going to dust everybody, dude. Give him a fucking gym.
Just a little change of scenery, yeah.
Yeah. I can't do that, dude. I can't work out at home like
Me
that.
either.
I've had some of my best, because I like my one thing, I hate being fucking stared at in the gym. Like that's
really?
that's my big. I hate it. I'm always covered up. I'm always in a hoodie and sweats or some bullshit. Like I hate when people look at me in the gym.
Right.
So it's like training in my basement. It was perfect.
And you're getting looked at in the gym.
Yeah,
you're getting looked at in the gym. No doubt about it. I'm staring at you in the gym. If I saw that coming, I'll be like, holy shit, I'm watching him.
Yeah. So it's like just that, and then the little conversations people try to have, or they like bug you when your headphones are in. So especially like when you're in prep, like when I'm like 6 weeks out, like that's when I'm like, if one person comes up to me, I'm probably gonna fucking snap. Like it's just the look on my face should tell you, and then they always, oh, are you competing? I don't compete. Don't talk to me. No, I can't. I just can't hold a diet.
No. When people ask me if I work out at work, I said nope. They're like, huh. No, we're not going down that road.
Oh man, that is great.
That is funny. Yeah, because you're getting looked at, especially the weight you lift.
Yeah.
I mean, what were you doing? You were doing the incline hammer with 5 plates, weren't you?
No, he was doing an incline shoulder press with 5 plates.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. Yeah, I did see that. Actually.
Yeah, that's the gym I work at.
Okay.
So it's like after work, I can just get my session done and then go straight home. And there's really like never anybody in there. Like the busiest times are like 6, 7 in the morning, and then after that, it's like dead.
That's good. So you just train people.
Yep.
Most of the time up there.
Oh yeah, that like if I'm not training myself, I'm there training, or I'm like working with my online clients.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
What's the gym called?
Legacy Edge 360.
Oh, okay.
It's like 23 just east of Hayes.
Okay.
Yeah, if you know that area.
Not familiar.
No. Yeah. Foreign to me.
Yeah.
Being a trainer there, do more people like come up and ask shit, or
so it's a completely private gym. So everybody in there is working with a trainer. So you don't get like a lot of like the general public just like walking into whatever they want. Like you have to be working with somebody. So it's like if I'm training, obviously my clients aren't there, right? So it's like no one really comes up to me there.
That's sick.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah. I didn't know that. I thought it was like a public gym.
No. Everyone, you're either a trainer or a client.
Oh, that's pretty sweet.
That's real sick.
So it's like a place for trainers to kind of just rent and take
yeah, we pretty much rent it like a barber's chair. So it's like we pay a rent every month. There's no commission. We just pay a rent every month, and then you just come in, train your clients, and that's it.
Nice.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, they seem like they got a good setup too.
Yeah,
so
it's
you get
nice.
Whatever you got to do.
Yeah, sure. if you're a decently like creative trainer, you can get everything done in there. Like it may not have all the equipment, but it has what you need to get the job done for your clients.
Right. That's what's important.
Yeah.
No, that's good.
I don't need all the bells and whistles.
No.
Yeah.
It's not about the equipment. It's not about the equipment. It's about your effort.
100%.
If your client wants to train hard, they're going to train them. They're going to fucking train hard, right?
What are like the basis of your clients? Are they more like athletes? Or
So I'm starting to get more into like the younger athletes, the youth athletes, and then most of my clients are just like general population.
Gotcha.
A few competitors this year, and then
You're prepping a girl, I think, right? Hillary.
Oh yeah, so she's not in.
Oh
yeah, she's not in prep.
Oh, I thought I saw a post where she said she was.
So she wants to be. That's what we're working towards,
okay.
right?
Gotcha.
Yeah. So we're just actually getting into like a recovery phase right now because we're back, and then we're gonna kind of keep things rolling from there.
You prepping anybody right now?
Yeah, I got 4 guys I'm prepping right now. All I don't know why they're all classic.
Michigan?
1 in Michigan and then 3 in North Carolina.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That was dope.
Yeah.
What do you got against classic?
I don't know.
Well, no, I know.
Super heavyweight.
No, it was just more of like
it's just funny that
it was
they're
just
all
more of
classic.
ironic that like all the guys I'm prepping are all want to go classic.
Yeah.
Where actually my master's guy, Gene, the one I post him all the time, he's actually transferring to bodybuilding.
Nice.
He's getting way too thick.
Nice.
Yeah.
He's not gonna make weight.
No, I don't think he would make weight for classic. Not even close.
Yeah. Sally's looking like that.
Sal's gonna be an open bodybuilder whether he likes it or not.
Yeah.
I know.
He's like 209 right now, decently lean. His weight cap is
bubbly.
182.
They need to change that. So, but I think the dangerous slope with that is if they keep changing it, like what's going to be the difference between classic and bodybuilding?
Nothing.
Right. No, there's absolutely. At least
yeah.
they made them bring the trunks back down and not show glutes like they were.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Because they were getting yelled at
They were
the one show.
They were getting yelled at for it.
For showing their glutes?
Like too much.
Oh, well,
showing their glutes to the point where it looked like they said bodybuilding.
Yeah, it's just
trunks.
bodybuilding.
Oh, gotcha.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. It wasn't like just the
So
lower
like,
glute
they have
connection.
to do a low cut, and they're only allowed to show
that much glute,
like a little bit of their glute.
What if you have super long glutes?
Well, I guess I got it.
I'm
but
sure
I think
they're
it's
gonna
just the
use
shape.
discretion.
Yeah.
Like the shape and the cut of the
Trunks, yeah.
has to be a certain way now.
Yeah,
Okay.
there was a dude giving himself a wedgie. You know what I mean? Like glutes were his strong point. He wanted you to know, but it was like, then do bodybuilding, bro.
Yeah.
Like if that's how you want to show out them glutes.
Yeah, but if you're not big enough for bodybuilding, then
100%. 100%.
shit slammed.
Well, in Michigan, anybody's big enough for bodybuilding. they're not gonna look good against somebody like you. But man, it doesn't matter. It's like if you make weight and nobody else is in your class, I got first place, my dude. I know you already know.
Started.
I know. But that's
You can't help who shows up.
No,
you know?
100%, 100%. But it seems like some of them strategize for that. I feel like
You think?
Dude.
But how do you know who's going to be? How do you know how many people?
I'm a
It's
sinister
not like they set up a
person.
which I think they should. They should set up a roster who's going to be in the shows. Once registration goes out, they should have a roster,
That's
like the pros do.
So if you want, there's a way to find out.
Oh, okay.
There's a way to find out. You got to do some digging. It's some detective shit.
I'm not that much in the industry.
So like a couple of days before the show, the tanning sponsor will send an email telling you instructions. If you click the BCC, it's got every person in the show's name.
Oh, no kidding! Little loophole.
Yeah. You just outed everybody.
So like you can fish and see as long as they're using the tanning company.
You can see
they're gonna be in that email.
Right.
Interesting.
Damn, down just letting gems
out. Dude, the next show, I'm gonna have people like, where do I look?
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. What's BCC? What do I look at again?
Yeah.
Dude. And then they're gonna sit there Instagramming everybody's name.
And then working themselves up probably.
Bilal was doing that shit. And I told him, put your phone away.
Yeah. He looked fucking
I said
sharp.
You controlled everything you could control.
Right.
You can't control who comes, bro.
Right.
Was he looking at like other competitors?
Yeah.
Yeah. That's the one I unfollow. Like I even unfollow pros when I'm in prep. Like when I get that deep into it, I unfollow everyone that's like a bodybuilder.
Right.
I don't want to see or hear from anything. Yeah. Or anybody that's going to compete.
Dude, I swear that's why I follow more powerlifters than bodybuilders.
Yeah.
I don't really follow many bodybuilders anymore. I
I
follow way more like coaches or
like
I
follow
guys
people.
Like that.
You know what I'm saying?
People,
I follow people and whatever they do.
Yeah.
Right? Like if you do art, I'm going to watch that. Or I'm going to look at that. But if you do bodybuilding, I'm going to look at that. Mm-hmm. But I don't want to see like everybody who lifts. You know, like
I don't follow like Big Ramy, Brandon.
No.
I don't follow any of those guys.
Me either. You guys have to catch me up on most of that shit.
Yeah,
when
and the
you're
only reason why
talking.
I'm caught up with like current bodybuilding isn't because of the bodybuilders. It's because like the news pages I follow,
Right,
or
that
like
makes sense.
any of those pages I follow.
I don't even know half of those pages to even believe in. I feel like a lot of it's just kind of clickbait, the shit they post.
Oh, it is.
100%.
It is.
Yeah.
The second the video gets started, and I'm like, oh, this is completely
Yeah.
different than the thumbnail.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Exactly. Exactly.
But they're getting
Sponsored
what
by.
they want.
Yeah.
100% though. Clickbait.
Yep.
It's hard. But I mean, that's
all social
like,
media is right now.
it seems like the trend for bodybuilding where it's going
Yeah.
is just like anything else that social media's got its hands on. Like it's no longer a hobby. It's no longer a sport. It's a money pit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
are you a
100%.
coach, a competitor, sponsored? Like,
Yeah. There's
it's-
no like. It's very rare to just hear from people like, I just like working out.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Dude. Yeah.
They're just they and then if they do just like working out, they're trying to become an Instagram star. And then the Instagram star ends up being nothing.
Yeah.
Nothing. Flash in the pan.
Or it's like these Instagram like influencers who get paid more than pro athletes. Like that's the shit that lights me up. Like I get supplement companies like have to get their products out there, but it's like have somebody who's in the fucking industry and the demographic you want to hit. Like don't just like
Dude, I was
don't just sponsor.
So I
like,
will say from a business end,
no, from business it completely.
I
makes
think
sense.
I think
It's
you
free
can't-
advertisement.
You can't shade away from it. And honestly, bodybuilders are some of the dumbest business people I know.
Oh, for sure.
And it's really hard to like give like this New York pro winner, whatever pro show they won, a sponsorship, and they don't know how to do half the shit I need them to do.
Right.
Yeah.
You know, so that's where I could
As far
see,
as from marketing
Yeah,
and
I
everything,
could
yeah.
see where the issue is there. And now it's sad to say, but like these kids who've never competed before and never did, they don't even call themselves bodybuilders.
Nope.
No.
They call themselves influencers.
Yeah.
Yeah, because they can just get the product out there and thousands of people
So
see it.
you know,
and
like I
that's it.
found this on Instagram the other day. You could have a personal account, a business account, or a content creator account.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I was like, damn, like they legit just like gave them their thing.
Yeah.
Here you go. Here's a platform. But you have to like promote or they'll hide you. Like you have to buy into Instagram too, or they'll hide
the
a lot of your
content
shit.
creator
Yeah,
account?
yeah. I believe so.
Oh, really?
Yeah, like you would have to promote. Like you don't have to, right? But I believe to like
Like
create
paid
that following.
promotions?
Yeah. Like it's hard to really get it out like genuinely if you're trying to sell something, but you're not
Yeah.
giving Instagram their cut.
Yeah.
They'll I've heard they'll try to like hide you. Like that's
Oh.
when like a shadow
Like
ban
yeah, that's what
will
I was
come
gonna
in.
say,
Yeah.
Well, I know Instagram did a huge thing because a lot of artists were complaining, like the people who made the first original post, right?
Oh, got you.
And how it got, dismantled by a bunch of reposts or whatever, or like the audio gets clipped and then used in reels.
Right.
Yeah.
Now, if you go and click it, that original post with the original artist is always the first post now.
Oh,
that's good.
Yeah. And I think that's when the content accounts came out
Oh, got you.
to give those original artists more attention,
Credit.
more credit that they deserve.
Yeah.
Which is what, it should be.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely. Yeah, dude, it's a weird trend on social media getting in bodybuilding.
Just a different era now of bodybuilding. That's all it is.
Yeah.
Had to like back in the day with like Dorian Yates and like all those guys. Like there was no social media, like magazines and everything, so they didn't need to do that, and they still had paid sponsorships. And it's like, but that's why those guys were so great because that's all they had to focus on was fucking training hard, eating, and showing up for competition. Now
Yeah,
it's
now
like,
it's-
kind of
You gotta make sure your Instagram looks good. You gotta
Yeah.
make sure all this looks good.
Yeah.
and like some bodybuilders can still be great and do both, but I don't know. It's just I just have like an older school mentality. I just hate social media.
Yeah, I would way rather have somebody there taking the photos of me and me not worrying about
Yeah,
that.
and
Like,
that's the
yeah.
case
like
for
the
those.
Yeah, exactly.
The older school videos were just that.
Yeah.
I was going to train today.
Yep.
And if you want to shoot me,
Perfect.
then come.
Yeah.
But otherwise, I'm just training today. It's Tuesday. It's back day, right? That's what they would do. And you could see it like at RTB. They have TVs up and like they have one. It's awesome. It's Dennis James at
Yeah.
Gold's. Oh my God, was that dude a fucking monster? But he wasn't like holding something for the picture.
Yeah.
He wasn't curling for the. No, he was training. And if you got the fucking
If you got the shot, you got the shot.
Yeah.
Yep.
Otherwise, he was still going 3 sets here, and then I'm going over here.
Yeah.
But it's funny because I've been in the gym and seen that.
Yeah.
And then those are the people now that are going to be at the Arnold booth.
Yeah.
Are going to be at the Olympia booth because they attract people because people just want to see you
Yeah.
coming there, and like they could care less about the company anymore. But I remember going to the Arnold and like Phil Phil Heath was at Muscle Tech.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, holy shit, that's Phil Heath. He wasn't who he was then because it was like 11 or 12. But I'm like, holy shit, like I know that guy, right? And then Blade, Dennis James, or not James. Dexter, thank you. He was at, what one was he at? Because they were together, but he was somewhere else. And then Dallas was at BSN. And it was like, those are who I wanted to see.
How big was Dallas in person?
Fucking huge, bro. But this wasn't even huge Dallas.
Yeah.
Because he was with BSN when he first started, because he was young.
Yeah.
He was young and got that name because he got pro quick.
Yeah.
And then he was at BSN, and I forget who else was at BSN that day.
Flex Lewis was part of BSN.
Yes, that's who it was.
Yes,
that's what it was. It was Flex and Dallas, and they were together at the BSN booth. And like, now you go there, and it's like, if you don't have a TikTok or an Instagram, you don't know who the fuck these people are.
Exactly.
And it's like not one competitor that you want to see it look like.
Yeah.
Anybody's video that I saw from like their story, I'm like, who are these people?
Yep.
Why are you taking pictures with them? Like, there's a Mr. Olympia over here. Jay Cutler standing over here.
Yeah.
And, like, I don't know. That shit's just crazy to me.
Well, I think that's just the shift. That's the shift.
Yeah, it's the era that we're in.
Yeah.
It's the era we're in. I don't know if it'll change.
No.
Probably not. It might only get worse until it gets better. It's just how bodybuilding had to go to make it more popular, right? They're trying to make it more, like, quote, mainstream. Trying to make it a little bit more acceptable, and that's what they have to do.
Well, it all started, too, with like, on Instagram, it would be like, I'll shout you out if you shout me out. Remember those days?
Yeah. Follow and all that bullshit.
Yes. That's when it got real gross. And then it's like still like it's evolved from that into what it is. So it didn't start with good intention.
No.
You know, it started with get a following.
Well, now a bunch of those big following pages do paid shout outs.
Paid, yeah.
Oh,
like Bodybuilding Without Borders.
Yeah.
You could Venmo him to post your shit.
Oh, that I didn't have to do that.
No, he was just so upset about your show that he posted it.
That got so much attention. That was fucking crazy.
Yeah, that was
just out of that little amateur
somebody
show.
Sent it nuts. To him, and it somehow got to him, and he saw it, and he posted it.
Exploited it.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah, that was a rough time.
Dude, Michigan judging is a rough time. And I hate saying it because you guys.
I think it's just everywhere.
Yeah.
It's just an apples to oranges. Whoever wakes up on what they like that day is what you're going to get that day.
It's the thing, though. It doesn't seem consistent at all.
I mean, I have people competing in different states now, and it's the same shit. I used to think it was just, maybe an issue here, but it's everywhere.
Yeah. That's fair.
I have had people compete in Georgia, Oklahoma, Nevada, and Michigan this year so far, and it's the same. There's all inconsistencies.
You just have to think how subjective it is. You have like what's the Johnny Pageant? 5, 6 people?
5 to 6. If there's 6 gets dropped. The lowest score gets dropped.
Yeah. Each one of those people, there's a scorecard they have to abide by, but each person is seeing something different.
Well, do you know? But I've learned
from
a lot.
Different angle.
Yeah.
I've learned a lot from it. A lot of that final placing though comes down to that head judge.
Oh, 100%.
He
makes the final
he
call.
or she has the authority to just throw your vote away.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So like if it's so against the grain of everybody else's, they'll just say drop it.
Yeah.
And I found this out too, that you get analyzed at the end of judging on how consistent your score sheet was to the head judges. So how close of a percentage you were on point with everybody else is how you as a judge get invited to better shows.
Oh, well, that makes sense.
And get things to that.
That's actually cool.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah,
so
that's good then that they have a checking system. I didn't think they did.
Yeah.
I swear to God.
It's a percentage ratio. Like you get a grade pretty much.
Right.
Like were you 90% on point this show? Were you 85% on point? So
I didn't know that.
And then that's how like you tier up as a judge.
Yeah.
My good friend Matt Cusano was a judge.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Where was he a judge?
North Carolina. He's in the North Carolina NPC area.
Oh, nice.
I wonder how bodybuilding is out there.
It was kind of competitive.
Yeah.
When I first started, it was, it was okay. Like there was like 1 or 2 guys that were like phenomenal, and then the rest just kind of, just like kind of anywhere else.
Right.
But there was a lot more people in the shows down there than up here. I can say that much.
Yeah, Michigan.
Kevin, what's his last name? Kevin. He's with like Cornelius's group, Decon.
Who's Cornelius?
Oh, there's like a huge bodybuilding coach down there who does like a bunch of promotions.
Oh,
there's a guy,
okay.
K Dickon is his Instagram. He's an older guy. He throws a badass show in North Carolina.
I wonder if I did one of his shows. I did 4 or 5 when I was down there.
You might have, because he throws a really big, nice show.
Who's Cornelius?
Yeah, I know you're like, I'm the worst person with names. You can't ask me, like, you have to show me a picture of these people and then I'll know who they are. Like, I'm so out of the loop on everything.
That's what happens when you work in a gym and you see 100 people a day. You know, like I've met my limit on names.
Yeah.
I'm past that.
So we're seeing those people in public and they're like, hey, and I'm like, hi.
Oh,
You can't introduce them with anybody. Yeah. Oh, I've done that before. That's the worst. Dude. Oh, we met before. Oh, fuck, here we go.
Yeah, I'm so sorry.
Yeah.
No, I mean, I've had people like come up to me and introduce themselves to me, and I'm just like, hey, they're like, I'm so and so from Instagram, and I'm like, oh, yeah, that makes sense. I know your handle
funny.
now.
Yeah.
That one's always funny. I get people asking me a lot more now, like, is Kuza your coach at West Bloomfield? I'm like, yeah, he's my coach.
Yeah.
That's the. How did you know? How did you know? What are you seeing?
That's funny.
How's training going for you?
Good. Actually, honestly, I'm like getting stronger as prep goes on, so it's great.
That's how I was.
Yeah.
I think you're just more in tune. Just everything's
diet's
just
good, performance high.
perfect.
Well, yeah, I'm not
and that
like,
body fat's coming down.
Yeah, I'm not all stiff, and my mobility's finally coming back a little bit. Like 285, like I could barely deadlift or anything. It was just moving around was awful. Ankle mobility was shot. Like everything was just swollen.
Were you wearing slide-on shoes?
I don't tie any of my shoes besides these, but they've been tied since I got them. But like all my shoes, I'll like knot them, and then like none of them are tied. I just slide them all on.
That's how I am too. But man,
you commented on one of my videos when I was squatting, tie your fucking shoes. Okay.
I was like, your shoes untied.
Dude, that would be what you see of the whole video.
Because you know what I'm thinking, right?
Why is
his ankle's flipping inside because it's not secure.
Yeah.
His foot is going supinating and protonating because it's not tight.
Yeah.
You're thinking like a dad. You're like watching
those shoes
kid.
are like 5 years old. They're tying them's not doing anything.
They're broken now.
Oh yeah.
That's funny, dude. 5 years.
Yeah.
People can't even say they've been squatting for 5 years trying to compete and shit. That's one thing that I hate. Fucking working out for 6 months and then I'm stepping on stage.
Yeah.
That's what I was told. No muscle maturity whatsoever. 150 pounds string bean stepping up there with shredded quads.
Well, yeah,
like,
it comes on to social media too. That's all they see on social media is like people competing or people that are super shredded and blah, blah. And like, that's what they look up to. And it's like, I get it. Yeah, you want to compete, but there's a progression. You're not going to train for a little bit and then compete in fucking 6 months. It's like, pick a show a year or two out and then we start getting ready for that. You know?
Yeah, you need a quality off season. You need a quality muscle building phase.
Well, that sets up your prep. You can't go from barely eating to going into prep. Then you can only eat so little until just nothing happens.
Right. That's definitely a big thing for sure.
What?
People don't get like into prep. They don't like, think I'm calling you, I'm starting prep this week.
Oh yeah.
But you didn't do any preparation to get in there.
I pretty much don't take somebody on if they want to do an off season with me.
Right.
Yeah.
Like
well, that's how your off season sets up your prep.
Yeah, 100%.
Or if they're coming to me 30 weeks out. Sure.
Yeah.
You're right.
I'll take you on then. But like I had people this year reach out for like 10 week, 8 week, and I'm like, no, I won't do it.
Yeah.
I'll do it if you want to push it back another 8 weeks.
Right.
Because I don't mind like rush preps, I guess you could call them, but like I don't know, it could just be so much better if you just gave me a little bit more time.
Exactly. Well, you got to think you're putting out essentially like if you want to break it down to like the most minuscule thought, like we're your products. Your clients are your products. So how well your product does on stage is, determines if
a reflection.
Like a reflection of you.
Yeah.
Right. So it's like if you rush prep somebody through like 8-10 week prep and they come in not looking their very best when you could add more time, it's a reflection on you too. So you got to hold that. You got to hold that in the back of your mind.
Big time. Dude, I don't even know. I'm so tired. I swear, I had such a fucking week, man.
What'd you do?
Just hang out, but like working, recovering from the wedding. I had a wedding this past weekend.
You're still recovering?
Dude, yes.
And how many days?
It's been 7. It's been 7. I got in one. Me and 15 of my very good buddies were in one all day. I had to give the best man speech.
How was that?
Yeah, it was good.
Yeah.
But I was drinking all day in preparation for that. That was my prep. It was to make sure, because I had two plans.
Yeah.
Be drunk enough to where I wasn't nervous, or be drunk enough to where they didn't give me the mic. And like that's what I thought. I'm like,
great strategy.
How could I do this? But it was funny because I told one of the buddies when we were just getting dressed, he's like, let me hear what you got. I was like, all right. And I told him, and he started crying. And I was like, got him. Like, all right, I'm good. I'm not even nervous anymore. But then it was a great weekend. It was a great weekend.
Did you guys have stuff? You had a rehearsal Friday?
Yep, rehearsal Friday. Yep, wedding Saturday. The rehearsal was funny. I didn't remember one thing. So like when I was supposed to go up, I'm like, dude, I'm looking across the aisle at the girls, and they're like, we don't know. And so we just went up, and we didn't even know if we were supposed to, but it ended up working out.
I have a wedding tonight. One of my friends is getting married.
Oh yeah.
I'm not in it or anything though.
No, just gotta go. Show up.
Go. Yeah. In my culture, once you're married, you can't stand in a wedding.
Oh.
Yeah.
It's for like the single guys.
It is.
That's funny, man.
Yeah.
Showcasing the single guys.
Like once you're married, well, and like, did you guys walk like boy girl together?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Because I've been to some where like just the guys walk down, then just the girls walk down. But no, like in my culture, once you're married, you can't walk in a wedding.
No.
Like I can't be my brother's best man.
No way.
Yeah.
Damn.
Wow.
Unless my wife is her maid of honor.
Oh, gotcha. Because you can't walk.
Yeah, can't walk with another woman down the aisle.
Okay.
That's very interesting.
Mm-hmm.
What do you got going on this weekend?
Literally nothing.
Training.
Might go see some cousins. Well, I already trained today and trained clients, and then I got legs tomorrow, so that'll be a good day.
Oh, nice.
But other than that, it's just same thing every day. Cardio, food, training, or like programming, and then working out.
I just finished my block today, so I get a couple
days
days off.
5 days, 4 days off.
I'm excited. I need those.
I can't do that.
I know. I didn't imagine you could, but for me, it's like the build up because we start with 2 sets and so many reps in reserve or whatever. Yep. This week is nothing left. So for every set is nothing left. And like for me, not doing that for 3 weeks prior, this week drains the fuck out of me.
You got to get used to that with nothing left. That's how I train. Literally
so
nothing
like,
left every set. Or at least my top sets, there's fucking never anything left.
I always thought that's how I trained. Yeah. Right. But then when I really started training like that, I'm like, man, I don't know if I can train like this.
Everyone thinks they train hard until they actually train hard.
100%. Well, the one that got me was he would give me 1 set.
Yeah,
of something.
One fucking working set.
Yeah, one working set on my top week. Yeah, I'm like, what? You know, like the first 2 months, I'm like, what? But now I've been doing it for 16 months. Yeah, we've got data. We know where where I'm pushing to. Yep. If I went straight failure that set, I know I'm dropping 3 or 4 reps my next set. Yeah. But that to me, that's like I'm struggle busting, right? Like if I had a spotter, I would go for 1 more. Yep. But if I don't, that's it, right? Yep. That's my rule. But like other than that, dude, to do that for 4 weeks, 4 sets at a time, it's like a tolerance thing too.
Oh, 100%. You have to build up to that volume. Like that's what all the weeks prior are for, and that's why you have separate blocks, right? So you can build up that tolerance, and you go till that 1 week where it's like 0 to 1 reps in reserve, and then you just restart, but even stronger.
Right.
And that's the progression.
That 4 days that I get, or 3 or 4 days, I've been doing like 2 or 3 lately, but those like, man, they just help so much with recovery. It's crazy. Especially being enhanced. Oh my God. I come back Monday, I'm like
fresh,
just brand new. Yep. Brand new. Like, holy shit. I don't know how I did it naturally. I was always in pain, bending down to put down my socks. And I'm like, oh, but I got to go 7 days a week or I'm a fucking pussy. You know, like that's how I thought. Yeah. You know? So like I've done that everyday shit, the hard shit. Yeah. But to me, it was too much.
You can't grow that way.
Yeah,
you can't. You don't grow when you're in the gym. You break it down, then you grow when you're resting.
Yes,
you know.
And you know how hard it is to get people to understand.
Dude,
it took me a fucking while.
It used to be a known
long
thing.
Time. Yeah,
it used to be a preached thing like that. Anybody could tell you that. Yeah. Now that's unheard of. Yeah. What do you mean you don't grow in the gym? But I'm here for 4 hours a day. You know, it's like. This shit is crazy to me. People will judge their workout on how long they were there.
Like I've had
your intensity is only good for. Sorry to cut you off. Your intensity is only good for 45 minutes. After that, like how hard can you push it?
Right, dude.
If you're training hard.
If you're training for 45 minutes, that's all you fucking need, bro. That is all you need. Yeah. Because anything after that, it's like, it's almost diminishing returns. Yeah. Because the performance is going to be down. You're probably starting to get hungry. I know when I train hard, I'm hungry after.
I get sick.
I need to eat.
Yeah. It takes me like an hour to eat after I work out, yeah.
Dude, I need to eat right before and right after.
Yeah.
I fucking love that. And I can eat a lot. Like right before or right after. Like 4 bagels, like in between those 2 meals and 4 steaks.
Yeah.
So and then a bunch of honey. A bunch of honey if I want.
No, I was gonna say I have like people who will be like, they want to work on their legs, like women, and they'll be like, can we do a 4th leg day a week? And I'm like, 4? Like, how?
Right.
How could you stand?
How are you expecting to recover?
And then take 1 rest day on the week. Like, where? I don't know. I've had other conversations with people where I'm just like, you don't grow when you're training.
Yeah.
No.
You grow after when you rest from training.
Yep.
And I think that's a super lost thing now.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
But that goes back to bodybuilding being the most patient sport with the most impatient people.
Yes. The only thing, like, girls recover, if you, like, your girl clients recover super fast compared to your guys. So it's like, you can almost throw that volume at them. Obviously, it's not smart, but it's like,
Well,
like
you can strategize around it for sure.
Their pain tolerance is so
Their
damn high,
pain
and they can train
tolerance
forever.
and their fiber type makeup is different.
Well, it's smaller, isn't it? So it recovers faster.
It recovers faster.
That makes a lot of sense, though.
Yeah.
Well, if you take a brand new woman and a brand new guy, and they both start training at the same time, the girl gains muscle faster than the guy.
I believe it.
Mm-hmm.
But then eventually that evens off and the guy takes forward.
Yeah.
Really?
But that girl's novice gains are way more than the guys.
And faster,
Yeah,
probably.
and faster.
Makes sense.
Probably why a lot of them step on stage so quick.
I mean, how much muscle mass do they really need? Anyways?
Right, yeah, for
Well,
bikini.
depends on
or
your
for-
category, right?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You know, figure physique women, they're in their 30s.
Yeah.
that's fair.
They're in their 30s, 40s.
Yeah.
You see women in bikini wellness, you're in the 18 to early 30s. You know, really good wellness girls are in their 30s.
Yeah.
Because it took that long to build those legs.
Muscle
like that.
maturity
Yeah.
and shit, yeah.
But bikini's probably the one that's very entry level. Way more entry level than men's physique is for guys.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
Because, you know, men's physique,
Some of those dudes are fucking
some of them are
Well, I was
bigger
gonna say
than
with how
classic
it's
guys.
growing. Yeah.
yeah,
Of course.
dude, they're wide as fuck. They look like hang gliders.
Yeah, I've met like Brendan Hendrickson, Mr. Olympia, and he's ginormous. It's like, how do you compete in men's physique?
Right.
Because they're just so big.
There's no weight cap for them
No.
either. It's just
a
height.
isn't it?
It's a height.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So they can get massive as long as they're still pretty. They're gonna look
Yeah.
The
good.
proportions have to be there, though.
Yeah,
like, you're not going to be a
true.
men's physique guy and, like, exploding out of your board shorts.
Right. Yeah.
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 That's a fact.
They would knock you down.
That's a fact. Yeah, I see a lot of those guys with calves like this, and they're like,
Yeah.
they're like up top, you know, like top 3. I'm like, damn, that must be nice.
Yeah.
Not having to train legs.
They barely ever train legs.
Yeah, I mean, I love legs though. I love training legs.
Yeah.
It's the grittiest workout.
Oh, yeah.
So I love that one, but like, it would be nice not having to focus on it sometimes. That recovery
That's my
from like,
favorite days of the week is
I
legs.
know, but you're psycho. But the not recovering from legs and just doing arm pumps all day, I would be so happy.
We're the exact. I'd rather train legs every day than ever hit arms in my
Dude,
life.
That's so funny.
I hate it.
That's so
Oh,
funny.
getting him to train his arms, it was
impossible.
It was impossible.
Yeah.
I hate it.
There's, I bet it's just too boring for you, right?
It is.
Yeah.
It's exactly what it is. It, like, even like when I first started training, like I never liked training arms. I never got a really good connection to them. I guess that was probably what fueled it, that it wasn't fun. Like,
Right.
I would get like a super crazy pump, but it would take me all workout. As to where like it takes me like 3 warm-up sets to get like a bicep connection. So I don't know if that's just like genetic or like if I have something going on elsewhere. But legs was instantaneously growth. My squat went through the roof and they just got huge.
I mean, your legs are ginormous.
They're
Yeah.
They're your
ridiculous.
genetic strong point.
Yes.
Yeah, for sure.
Which is like a good and bad thing, because it's one thing people struggle with, but it's like it's taking my upper body like forever to catch up.
That's
Yeah.
my thing. We had to just cut down. I have 1 leg day, and it's like every 8 days.
Yeah.
Because I'm like hyper responsive on legs. If
Oh, nice.
if I throw squats in, it's
Yeah.
over.
Yeah.
Like I almost have to not have squats in.
Yeah.
I just do leg press right now because my legs are already getting back to like they're bigger than I was pre-surgery for sure, and like my upper body is not. So it's like I have that problem too.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. It's not really a problem in this sport, but
No.
proportionally it is.
Yeah,
like when I do a side quarter turn, it wasn't classic.
No,
you know, it was
hamstring hanging off the back
it looked
end.
silly.
Quads popping off.
Quad looked silly.
Quad was like bigger than my chest to back proportion. You know.
Yeah, I'm right there with you. So yeah.
Can't do.
Yeah, but for you, it makes sense.
Yeah,
for him,
it don't. Yeah, because I wanted to do classic.
Yeah.
So it just didn't look classic anymore.
He looked very prep last year.
Yeah.
Yeah, prep last year. Like, I think it was like 7 weeks out. He took some pictures in his basement. It was Josh's basement, and it was just nutty. But he was so thick. I was like, how the fuck are we gonna look good in classic?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Well, we were 7 weeks out, and I was 205, and my weight point is 197 because I'm just over 5'9".
Yeah.
So I get that extra 5 pounds.
Yeah.
And I'm at 197.
Nice.
So I was, making weight wasn't it. Yeah. It was just stress management for me, and it was too much.
Yeah.
So I had outside shit going on.
Gotcha.
Which of course, right? It's so hard to line everything up for bodybuilding.
Oh, yeah. Because it's either you revolve everything around it or not at all. Like, that's the thing with bodybuilding. It's like, it's not like a half-ass hobby you do. If you want to be fucking good, if you want to take first and you want to win, you want to be good and succeed in the sport, it's all or nothing. Like,
all or nothing.
There's a certain level of balance, but it's your balance. And it's either you structure your days around training and eating and everything and sleep, or something hinders. And that's the one thing people understand. They think they can just be a bodybuilder from these hours of the day, and then after that, it's nothing. Or you can go off on the weekends and fuck off, or have a drink here, or go out to eat with your friends like twice a week, and it's like
competitively.
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
I'm not just talking about like the average person who just wants to
you're
compete
talking
as a
about
hobby.
a hardcore competitive.
Yeah.
You want to compete and be good. You want your pro card, road to pro.
Yeah.
This is how you have to be.
Exactly.
Yeah, definitely. But again, you're a psycho. You like this shit, and like you love it. You don't like it. You love it. It's your whole life, and like not the Instagram. The Instagram could turn off tomorrow, and you would probably love that.
Yep.
Yeah.
My Instagram is just a strength log, pretty much. If you've noticed, it's literally just like my biggest lifts. I'm like, that's it.
Yeah.
People like it, whatever.
Which is dope, though.
Yeah.
Which is dope. That's how it should be. Is just flexing on them and the shit that you like to do.
Yeah.
Which is dope. But that's why I like following you, because you're the closest thing to a power lifter that still competes in bodybuilding that I follow. Because you do all these crazy ass lifts. You and Mark Sample, who we're gonna talk to too. He's a natural guy.
Okay.
That's just strong as fuck.
Nice.
And should be a power lifter like Hussam, but wants to bodybuild.
Yeah.
He wants to be pretty.
That's that's my mentality. I like the first time I stepped on stage, I fell in love with it. It was like, okay, this is where I need to be.
Yeah.
As far as lifting, I was like, lifting a bodybuilder is kind of fucking boring. If you get down to it, it really is.
Yeah.
Like training like a powerlifter is fun. You get to lift heavy weights, bleed from the nose, like
hit
your head on bars.
Dude, get nervous under a lift is so much fun.
I know.
I feel bad for people that will never feel that.
No, like that's what I get off on is like, okay, you're unracking over 700 pounds. Like what your central nervous system goes through is not the same as training any other way.
No, hell no.
The body's not made for it. So like pushing yourself past that limit, it's just
bro,
it's a whole
300 pounds on your back is crazy. Like your body, especially if you're not 300 pounds.
Yeah.
Like that's nutty. That's fucking nutty. So like the 700 I'll never hit. So like I can't get to that rush.
Just do a static hold.
Yeah.
Just one time, just unrack it and take a step back.
I don't think I could.
You shake like I did it. The most I did a static hold with was a little over 8, and your body just is like a leaf. It just shakes nonstop.
Oh my god, that was probably so crazy to feel.
It was fun.
800 pounds.
It was fun.
Crush you.
It was fun. You unrack it, and you kind of almost pass out, and you're like, "Holy shit, I just did that."
Right. But yeah, that's what separates you from a lot of people I know in this sport. Your fucking mentality to want to do that shit.
Yeah.
And they don't want to be uncomfortable. They want to train.
Want to go in
pretty
get a
gyms and like towel service, that shit, and like have the gym keychain hanging off their keychain. It's a status symbol for a lot of people working out. But I mean, I've never liked that shit. I always like the grittiness of bodybuilding, the craziness that you have to go to, that spot, that void that you have to get to go under 800 fucking pounds willingly.
That's what smelling salts are for.
Yeah, dude, fuck.
I get so nervous when I'm around him.
I know. I used smelling salts once, not for a lift.
I think I use it once every workout.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn. For just your top lift?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I'm not doing it for like a warm up.
Right.
Yeah. Just like my top lift. Yeah. Yeah.
I just used it at work once to wake up. I swear to God. I was falling asleep at work. I needed a hit of something, and that's what we had. So I used it. And I'm like, oh my God, I can imagine under the bar, like hitting that.
I've never done it.
It's
you got to try. I have some in the car.
I'm good.
It's gnarly. You feel it from your asshole all the way up to your fucking brain.
I had the one I have right now. It's
Do you have that crazy juju foos, guys?
No, so I have I probably should buy some. I heard it's really good.
I heard that's crazy.
I have a 1 pound. It looks like a pre-workout tub of smelling salts. It's a 1 pound tub of Skull Smashes like Monster, and the first time I opened it, I posted it. Literally, it gave me a migraine, and I didn't even put my nose to it. I was sitting there, I was like, "Holy!" And I took a whiff, and I had a headache for like 15 minutes.
I'm good,
my
dude.
God, yeah. But I mean, to
what does it do? Just hype you up?
Yeah, it just wakes you. It gives you a head rush.
Yeah, it's like adrenaline. Like it's like artificially spiking.
Oh, like
that.
run through the
like
wall type shit?
Pretty much, yeah.
Like whoa, like
you gotta
it's
think
nuts.
like they give it to people who get knocked out to wake you up and take you out of that. So it's
right,
like, what happens when you're awake?
Because it's ammonia.
Yeah, it's all it is.
Yeah.
Jeez.
So it's sharp. It'll get you. You're like,
woo.
So it smells like shit.
No, some of them actually smell good. Like you can get like scented ones.
But then
it hits you after.
Hilarious,
so it's like I've had one that smelled like like mint, weed, and then hot cinnamon. And it's like
the way he said you can
get scented ones, man. Or like flavors, whatever you want to call them. But it's like, yeah, you get that little scent first, and then it just kicks you in the face.
That's funny, dude. That's so funny.
They have like whiskey scented ones. They got everything.
Really?
Yeah.
That's for the real manly man.
Yeah, exactly, right?
Yeah, whiskey scented smelling salts. Holy shit.
That's so funny.
Do you do that only for 1 rep, or do you do it for like your
Depends
top
on
set?
Like now, like I don't really have like 1 rep max in my like training right
Gotcha.
now. So it's like if I'm doing like a set of like 5 to 6, like, and I know it's gonna be fucking heavy, like I'll do
okay.
it. Yeah.
Because I always wondered how long that lasts. Because I never have like hit it.
I would say probably 10 to 15 seconds.
Yeah.
You don't have a lot of time until like you're kind of like your central nervous system calms back down.
Right. Let me get it and go.
Yo, you got to hit it and fucking go. If you kind of like, if you hit it and then like warm up and get to the bar, like it's just going to wear right off.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
That's fast. So that's why most of these guys are actually like already sitting down.
Yeah.
Like their hands are already ready to go.
Exactly.
Gives it to them, yeah. And then they get right into that bitch.
Yep.
Because it is instant.
Yep.
As soon as you smell it, you feel it go up like you're fucking. I swear, it is a gnarly feeling, dude.
Yeah.
My brother used to do them before football, before he'd go out on the field.
Yeah,
they like crack them.
Yeah,
just
so
quick.
I used to do one of those quick, like so they have the tablets you break. I used to do one of those and then stick it in my nose, and then do the lift.
What?
Yeah, I did it a couple times, but yeah.
Oh man, I love that.
Like when you're doing like reverse, like actual. Don't get me started on the reverse band shit. We do
I know.
all the time.
I do.
But when you're actually
I've been
like,
avoiding it.
The lightning method for like powerlifting, where you're doing like 130% over your 1 rep max, and like doing that, like the set feels like it lasts. It may only be 2 reps, and it feels like it lasts the whole minute. So it's like having that in your nose kind of helps.
Get you going.
Yeah.
So so what do you feel about the reverse banded hack squats?
Okay. I get it if you have like knee problems and shit like that, and like there's actually something internal going on, but it's the people that are completely like, I guess, like fresh to lifting or like amateur lifters doing the reverse band method with like 4 plates on.
And they're only doing it because they saw somebody that they like doing.
Exactly. They're seeing these pros with like 10 plates or 11 plates on a hack squat doing the reverse, like doing with reverse bands. It's like, okay, take the reverse band off
something different
and do 8 plates.
Right.
You'll get more out of it.
Right.
Or like if you're doing the reverse band method with like light bands, like you're not getting anything out of it anyway, so you might as well fucking take them off.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense to me because like what I learned was if it's easier, do what's harder.
Yeah, why wouldn't you make the exercise harder? Why would you try and make it easier?
The bodybuilding is not supposed to make it easier.
Doesn't make any sense to me.
It never translates to more muscle gain.
You're supposed to use a daisy chain
for
the band, so that the band only kicks in at the very bottom of the movement.
Right.
So that on your ascent up,
it's nothing.
It's literally the second from you at the bottom.
Yeah.
To where you get maybe a couple degrees in knee flexion, it helps you there, and then after that, it's all your legs.
Yeah,
right.
And that's what the daisy chain is for.
But that makes sense.
But people throw like these heavy bands on the hack squat. It's like, all right, that's helping you the whole fucking way.
The whole way.
They are helping, for sure.
And instead of just taking 1 plate off.
Yeah.
It just doesn't make sense to me.
or just working your way up in general. Like I'd rather, like the one thing that kills me, like I've seen it in a couple of videos, and I literally look these people up too. If you're a coach and you're programming, you shouldn't have reverse bands and then have your client using knee reps at the same time. Tell me how that makes sense.
They shouldn't be doing hack squats.
You shouldn't be doing hack squats, or you should be doing they had like 4 plates on, reverse band, and then knee reps. Like, all right, go down to 1 plate and work your way up. You're going to get more muscle mass and more adaptation out of that.
Right, because they're doing the same thing at that point. Yeah, dude, it's crazy. It's taken on a whole new light from when we started, for sure. Because I even started long enough ago where it wasn't like that. You know, how long have you been lifting now?
Since I was 13, so 15 years.
Yeah, and I legitimately believe you. Normally, when people say 13, I'm like, yeah, probably not.
Actually, so I started working out when I started actually training, like training, like knowing what I was doing, probably maybe 6 years ago.
Yeah, I'm in that boat.
Yeah,
like actually,
like you just train like a bro for so long, and then you actually start to.
I learned from a dude in East Lansing that was a competitive guy, and he took me under his wing and taught me, and that was 10 years ago now. I've finally hit that decade mark of knowing what I'm doing.
I'm probably under a decade still.
Yeah.
Well, I training wise, dieting wise, I'm very new too. Okay. Like, because I would try so much shit, I would never really commit to one thing.
Gotcha.
You know, so I knew how to clean eat and like diet, but you know, I was doing at one point spinach salads every day with chicken because I wanted to cut. And I'm like, where's all the muscle going? You know, like I had no idea because I was just eating less. And of course, when you're cutting, you need vegetables, right? Because like that's what I learned. Like if you're gonna cut, you need clean food. Yeah. You know, no more chicken breast, chicken tenderloin. You know, no fats, fat-free everything, no sugar. You know, it was just, and it would be one day pizzas and burgers, next day that. And then I would never last. You know, I'd be like assed out.
Yep.
Start cardio that day too.
Yeah.
Right. So I'm in a deficit. And then 3-4 weeks go by and I'm like, I can't, why am I doing this to myself? You know, why am I doing this? But we're talking like 7 years ago, 8 years ago.
Yeah.
So before I ever wanted to compete, I never wanted to compete. I never even wanted to compete. That's why I have tattoos.
So how'd you get into competing then?
Just literally, I watched the Dorian Yates episode of Joe Rogan.
Okay. And
he said a thing about make yourself a promise and write it down and sign it. Mm-hmm. And he goes, and if you don't fulfill it, you're a bitch. And he's like, put it somewhere where you see it every fucking day. And I still have it. It says, I will compete in 2018. Mm-hmm. And I signed it.
Nice.
And I put it next to my TV. Every night I saw it. Every morning I saw it. And I competed in 2018. Because I was like, I'm not promising myself. Yeah. You know, I got to at least fulfill my own promise to myself. But I was in a really good mental state. So I like didn't want to compete. It was just funny as fuck to say, but I had like a good relationship and shit. Nothing was going bad. I didn't need the heartbreak bodybuilder. I was like, I don't even want to really push myself like that right now. You know what I mean? Like, everything's going good. But no, that it ended up, you know, leading to friendship with you because I wanted to continue and coach and stuff. And it's led me, I'm glad I did it. You know, my life is way different ever since I decided to actually do it. But it took me 8 years to do it. You know, or 8 years from working out.
Yes.
You know, not knowing what I was doing, but 8 years of being in the gym, at least with some idea. But
I competed 2017.
Was your first
time? I competed because I was like working out, and then I wanted to compete because I could never commit to getting myself lean.
Okay.
So I used competing as the crutch.
Right.
And then I ended up competing.
Yeah.
To see if you could do it.
This is the first time I ever had a six-pack.
That's interesting. What about you? Why did you start competing?
So I kind of got forced into competing.
Really?
Yeah. Funny. So when I was down in North Carolina, like I lost the 60 pounds to get in the Marine Corps, blah, blah, and all that stuff. I started like helping people lose weight. And then a couple of guys see me in the gym that I worked out at were like, hey, do you compete? Like same thing. I was like, oh, no, never competed, blah, blah. I haven't thought about it. So they told my first coach, his name's Perry Wooten. He's down in North Carolina too. He probably knows who you're talking about. And he was like,
I met him. Did I meet him?
Yeah, in Pittsburgh.
At North America.
In Pittsburgh, short, stocky black guy. He's like, looks like a cannonball. Like seriously, it's awesome.
Yeah.
He was like, hey, come in the locker room. We're gonna start posing. I'm like, what? Oh, we're going to start what? And so, yeah, and then started posing. 16 weeks later, I did a show. Yeah.
And how old were you then?
God, what was I? 22 or 23, I think.
So you've been in there for a minute.
I was 22.
Yeah.
Shit. How old was I then? I don't even know. 2018, I would have been 26. So, yeah, it took me a little while.
Yeah.
I think it's an old man sport anyway. I've said it 100 times on this podcast. Like people in their prime have gray in their beard.
Well, yeah. You know? I think it's like, I don't know if it's like an old man sport, but yeah, you definitely hit your prime like 33, 34, but it takes like an older mentality, like an older level of maturity.
Yes. And muscle maturity.
Yes.
Yeah. It makes a big difference.
Oh, 100%.
You can tell who the young guns are.
Yeah.
Like their muscles just look different.
Yeah.
100%. And it's like bloat more than actual solidified muscle.
Yeah.
When they're in their bulking phase or when they're like
when they're younger.
Yeah, exactly.
Just looks softer. Just like it looks new. It looks brand new. It doesn't look seasoned, doesn't look beaten up, nothing.
Like I've had people say that to me, like off season I don't look as hard as the pros and this and that, and I'm like, dude, they have
years.
They have years of muscle.
Decades. Yeah.
You know, and that's why you don't look like that. It's like, because like I'll get people that get frustrated with how soft they end up looking in the off season, and they're a year, 2 years under their belt of training and dieting.
You learn to love it.
Yeah. I don't mind it at all.
No,
at all anymore.
I don't mind it because I know I have the mentality to turn a switch on and lose all the fat.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Yes.
Like that was
like if tomorrow I wanted to compete later this year, I could do it.
Yeah.
100%.
People are scared. Like people only care when you're shredded. They don't care when you're bulking.
No.
Social media doesn't give a shit what you look like when you're bulking. It's only like, so that's the mentality like these newer guys are having. It's like, oh, well, I can't post anything if I don't have a six pack.
Yeah.
Like, well, you're also never going to grow either. So
it's a whole year of throwbacks. Like every fucking picture they have is from their stage or their.
Yeah.
But that was like part of the first, photographs. Those guys weren't always shredded, but like they would wear 3 outfits at a photo shoot, and like it looked like you had Dennis James content for a year.
Yeah.
Right? Because he wore different things, but the same photographer. It was like the same day, same 2 days.
Yeah.
But like it just, I think, I don't want to say the dummies, but more of the ignorant people that don't realize you can do that, like thought like, I gotta stay shredded all year.
Yeah.
And it's like, no.
You can do one shoot at the end of your season, have 5 million outfits, and there you go.
Yeah, and you got 100 pictures in each outfit, and you can post them all year. You can take 2 years, right? And not fucking compete and still look shredded, and if that's the message you're putting out there. But yeah, go back to it, man.
But then that also gives the representation that people are shredded all year round. When they're really not.
So unrealistic.
It's so unrealistic.
Staying at that level of body fat for that long is just terrible for your insides.
Somebody that I work with now, he's not, very into this. And he like texted me a picture of somebody, and he's like, how realistic would it be to look like this? I go, very realistic for 1 day, 1 hour on stage.
Yes.
Like that's how realistic that is.
He only looked like that for that point in time.
Yeah.
After that, nothing.
Nothing, dude. Yeah. He looked great there. And then he went and ate a burger and immediately got softer. Like, I promise you.
Yeah.
That's just not how it is. And I don't know. That's a weird thing to want to promote anyway, right? Like body positivity or something, like being comfortable. Like, why be shredded all fucking year round when you can barely fucking like...
Because that's what sells products.
That's true.
That's all it is. It's all money.
Yeah. But nobody that shredded is in a good mental state to sell you products. I don't want to hear from this guy what he's got to say right now because you're going to be so short with me.
Yeah.
It's like, well, what if I don't want to? Well, then fuck you because, I'm doing it. You need to do it.
Yeah. Well, it's like the old Muscle Tech mags. Take this and gain 10 pounds of muscle in 10 days. It's like, all right, cool. Well, if this guy's fucking doing it.
Yep. Yeah. Up to. Right? Those are the famous words. Up to 30 pounds in a month.
Yeah.
Up to 10 pounds in a week. It's like, oh, so I lost 1. Well, that's up to 10. You're 9 away from filling your quota.
Yeah.
Fuck. Dude, but whatever. Whatever. It's good to sit down and talk to you. I know we've been talking about
no kidding.
DMing a lot.
Yeah.
Always about reverse back.
Complaining about these assholes on Instagram.
Reverse hack squats or reverse banded hack squats.
Yeah.
Always, why are they making it easier? That's our whole message thread is about why make it easier.
It's like anything in life. Why would you take the easy way out? Especially when you're trying to like train and make your body better. Like doing an exercise that's easier for you isn't going to get you any better.
Right. It's not a challenge.
Do the shit that your body doesn't want to do and that's hard for you, and that's when you're going to progress. Once you make your weaknesses a strength, that's when you're going to be good. That's when you're going to be great. That's when you're going to be a champion.
Right.
But
so when's the show now? How many weeks out?
What are we, 12?
12.
Yeah.
12 weeks out. Pittsburgh, North Americans, Thursday.
Yeah, they switched the dates.
Oh, no shit.
Yeah, so now bodybuilders in the beginning of the week.
Oh.
You were on Wednesday.
Oh, was it one? No.
Yeah.
Last year it wasn't Wednesday.
Yeah, no, they last year was Thursday too. They canceled the Pittsburgh Pro.
Okay.
So they pushed all of North Americans up a couple days.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
This year they canceled it?
Yeah.
Oh.
Or they moved it. I don't know, something like that.
When is it? So 12 weeks away. What month
First
is that?
or second week of September.
It's it is September 1st.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
I want to try to go to that.
Well, I got Ryan competing the day before.
Yeah, I would definitely want to try to go to that.
Yeah, it was a good time last year.
Yeah.
It's always a fun show.
Your show last time was a good time last year.
Oh, you're talking about fucking
yeah, it was a good time. It wasn't favorable, but it was a good time. It was funny because I got to see behind the scenes with him.
Yeah.
And then Sal came in and checked in, left, or took a nap.
Yeah.
And then Ryan came in, and then you came in.
Yep.
Everybody getting little tweaks here, there. It was cool to see the background. I was just trying to stay the fuck out of the way because like everybody's on edge that day.
I was good up until obviously the show. Yeah.
Well, on edge, like in the sense that you're about to compete. So I want to stay the fuck out of the way. You don't want to hear it from this fat ass over here eating whatever he wants to eat today.
Oh, I don't know. That kind of shit don't bug me.
Doesn't?
No, you just get to the point where like you've been doing it for so long. It's like
that's fair.
Doesn't do anything.
That's fair.
Yeah.
It would bug me. Just because I'm a fatty, bro. I want to eat. So like, don't talk to me right now if you can have food. I don't want to hear your opinion.
Fuck, I used my first 3 years of competing. I was the fucking worst person in prep. like snapped on a bunch of my Marines. Like it was really bad. But no, you just like you get older and you realize like obviously the drugs come into play and stuff like that, and it's like you got to learn to not let them control you. That's the biggest part. Is like
that's a big
people
thing.
That are on they use it as an excuse to act like a dickhead. And it's
like the drunk texting.
Yes.
I only sent that because I was drunk.
No,
yeah, exactly.
The whole time.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
The alcohol just allowed you to have no filter.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And then, oh no, I'm sorry, I was on trend. Bro, what? Like that's no excuse, bro. That's no excuse.
Doesn't control what comes out of your mouth.
Right.
Just be a fucking man about it.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a good point.
Yeah. Take
Very
accountability.
Yeah.
That is annoying as fuck when people use that as a crutch. Because it's not. It made me more happy.
Yeah.
Honestly, it made me more of myself. So my mom one time asked me, she's like, "Are you mad right now because of the?" I'm like, "No, I was in traffic, yo. Like I was mad because I was in traffic."
Yeah.
So like after that though, like broke my heart, and I was like, "Oh, I can't have my mom thinking I'm mad at her because I'm on steroids, bro. Like, that's no bueno to me." So I'm like, now if I feel that coming, I'm like, let me assess anything. Yeah. Because, like, for sure you can be on edge.
You have to be very self-aware, like, when you're taking this stuff. If you're not and let it get the best of you, you just...
This is the longest, like, cruise I've been on since I started.
Yeah.
And I can tell the difference.
What do you mean? As far as
I don't have to, like, check myself as much. I don't have to... Yeah. I don't have to do as many of those things.
You're on superhuman levels of, like... whatever, right?
Yeah.
So like of course you're quicker to snap, like you know.
Yeah, you become a little bit more primal
for sure, like for sure. But the control thing is still up to you.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Because like if you have self-control, then you have self-control.
Yeah.
I feel like it almost like made me double down on it because now I'm doing this. Like oh shit, I need to be even more regimented with diet, need to be even more regimented with water intake, supplementation, make sure I'm on top of all that shit because shit just got dangerous. It just got real.
Yeah.
So
well, if you take and you eat and you treat your body like garbage and you're taking anabolics, like it's a recipe for disaster.
100%.
That's what people don't realize. People think, oh, I'm gonna start taking trend and just get shredded. Well, if you eat like an asshole, eat like an asshole. You're gonna look like it.
I think Jansen posted something like that, like the guy with the sign. Have you seen that? And they like superimpose whatever, and it was like you don't need to be on PEDs to lose weight.
Oh no,
yeah, because like I hear people all the time still to this day asking me, and they're like, I think my hormones are fucked up. I'm like, they for sure are. No shit. Yeah. Like you're not healthy.
Yeah.
Like let's get healthy and then address that.
Yes.
Like, but no, you just want to get on steroids. You think that that's a quick fix.
Exactly.
You think that just upping your testosterone is a quick fix.
Yeah.
And it's not. because you don't know any eating habits to be on steroids.
People don't realize it takes cycles, multiple, to get the results you think you're going to get from your first one.
Yes, 100%.
It takes years. It's not like you take that first little bit of test and you're just an animal.
Right. And you can't just like do the same shit. Yeah. You know, like sure you might get a little blimp and a little like up, right? Yeah. But like no, when it's blast time, everything is blast time. Food is blast time. Lifts are blast time. Yep. Yeah, we're now 16 weeks or whatever, however many weeks of pedal to the fucking metal to make it worth it. Yep. As I'm stopping mine early because I'm just not there right now. Yeah, I don't have it. I don't not even the drive for it right now because life is so intricate for me. So it'd be silly to keep pushing the envelope. And it's like, let's just cut it short. I'm cool with the cruise. Yep. Like, it is what it is. I'm healthy. I'm alive. Fuck it. I'm good with cruising right now, you know.
And people also think they need to progress. The only way that they're going to progress is if they're on. People don't realize when you cruise, you can still fight. If your food's still on, your training's still intense, you're still going to go up.
I never went down. Never once went down.
Like,
I
always.
It's mentality, though.
It is. That's what I was just going to say. Like, whenever I was ready to come off, I was like, okay, we're coming off. I'm going to still be hitting PRs every week. Like that was my goal, was to like prove that it wasn't just the PEDs. It was everything else. Because they're just the cherry on top in the end.
Yeah. It's enhancement.
Yeah.
It's not a crutch.
Exactly.
It's enhancing what you can already do. But that's why people look the way you look, right? Because they're using it as enhancement, not as a crutch.
Exactly.
When I told him, when I got on and finally like was telling people that I was on, I mean, the first day I got on, I posted a picture of me with a Darth Vader helmet on. Because like I crossed over to the dark side, right? Funny, So that was the first day that I had a shot.
Yeah.
So like I've been open about it because I just had somebody that I haven't talked to in a long while tell me, they're like, I'm glad you finally admit that you're on steroids. And I was like, finally admit? You didn't know me when I was.
Yeah.
Like I've been open about it since day one.
Yeah.
So it's just, I forgot where I was going with that because that part got me fired up. I'm sorry. But it's just funny like how people will hide that shit or not agree to this shit, like that they're on it. And they're like, got to push now. And they're just using it as a crutch.
Yeah.
And instead of enhancement. It's like, bro, don't talk to me. We're not in the same boat if you're using it as a crutch. We're just not.
Well, yeah, you're not going to get the same results either if you're using it as a crutch. And you know those people who are, because they'll go through a whole 12, 16-week cycle and really get nothing from it.
Well, like I've had people like that.
Yeah.
Like have used in the past and because they're on steroids, why don't I look this certain way? And I'm like, because the last 16 weeks you've been like 60% on your diet.
Yep.
Right.
You know, your training has sucked ass. Like all the those things don't change anything.
No.
They really don't.
No. Not unless you're already putting in that work.
Yeah. Unless you're like some hyper responsive genetic freak.
Exactly.
Like you'll know that before you even start doing it.
Yeah.
So like I had one guy get super like annoyed because he's like, oh, everybody that takes them looks like this. Why don't I look like this? And I'm like, self-assess, bro. Look yourself in the mirror. You didn't do 100% of the work you needed to do the whole time.
Right. That's like, that's what I tell all my clients is like, okay, if you're gonna every week, if you're gonna give me 60 to 70%, you're only gonna get 30 or 40% of the results. Like people think like, okay, you do 70%, you're getting 70% of the results. I think it's the exact opposite. You got to give 100% to your diet, training, and the life outside of just seeing me for an hour. That's when you progress. You don't progress by giving 60%. And they're like, oh, well, I lost like 0.5 pounds this week. Okay. Relax. It takes a while. Get all your ducks in a row. Get your lifestyle in order. Get the habits in order. And then that's when shit's going to start to happen. You can't come to me and complain to me every week if you're not giving 100% on the outside.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking of getting rid of my 8-week lifestyle package.
Really? Just too short?
It's too short.
Yeah.
I get people that come to me, I want to lose 40 pounds. What?
In 8 weeks?
You want to lose 40 pounds in 8 weeks? You thought it was a good idea to sign up for 8 weeks.
Yeah.
You want to lose 40 pounds?
Yeah.
So I think I'm getting rid of the whole thing.
Smart. I mean, that's a good tactic.
Like
if
I
it
know
can
some
be
coaches
done.
that offer the lowest time frame they offer is 4 months.
So
the lowest,
weeks.
the lowest I offer for like my online is 3.
Yeah.
I do 3, 6, and then 12. But because you got to think in 8 weeks, half of those weeks, they're developing those habits anyway.
Yeah.
Developing the lifestyle to even.
Then they start seeing the results at the end of the second half of the 4
exactly.
weeks.
I'm like, oh, I didn't get the results I signed up for. Well, how consistent were you through that 8 weeks?
Yeah.
how was your stress those 8 weeks? Most people come to you and their life is just stressed beyond all belief.
Yeah.
So they can't even lose weight. Their hormones won't even let them, regardless of what they do.
Right.
Like if I get somebody like with an 8-week package and then they have blood work or something with it, and like we do it, and I look and I'm
that
just
would be
like,
a dream come true.
I'm like, dude, buy another 20 weeks.
Yeah,
because we're going to be doing this shit for a while. We got an 8-week health phase before we can do anything.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
Yeah.
Before we push anything. Crazy, dude.
People are. I was telling somebody this the other day. People set expectations that aren't tangible anymore.
No, because from social media, they think they get everything within a shortened period of time.
They see somebody else do it, so everybody can do it.
Exactly.
And,
or you get like these fake weight loss fucking pages that are like, oh, this person made this transformation in fucking 10 weeks.
Yeah, we were talking about that with Kay and John. They were giving people like the opposite. It was like the before was the after, because they were paying you to get fat.
Yeah.
Yeah, because like here you are here. Oh, look at where he was before. But it was like actually that was like off season kind of thing.
Oh, okay.
Dude, it was greasy.
Oh, wow.
I mean, but like you said, it's pays product,
yeah,
right?
Exactly.
Sells.
Yeah. I posted that why are we so, when did we get so impatient?
Yes.
Post?
Yeah.
And everybody loved it because I said everything people were thinking.
Yeah. 100%.
Like the things that you need to really be conscious about. Like I've had people complain about not seeing progress, but they're in the middle of a health phase. Like, we can't push your body. We're trying to fix your body. Right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah, this isn't going to be cosmetic.
No, no,
we're fixing the inside first.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, there's a lot of... as of lately, I've been very irritated with the lack of patience.
It's a fragile, attracting sport. It attracts a lot of fragile people.
Well, that's when it comes to, like, you're at the point where you can weed out clients if you want to, right?
I turn down people all the time.
Yeah, exactly. So most beginning trainers, like, don't have that ability, but they also don't know how to communicate with their clients that this is going to take a fucking long time.
Yeah.
Right.
They can't do both. So they're like, okay, yeah, we can try and get you these results, blah, blah. And then, like, whatever happens, then the client's upset. It's like, you have to learn to communicate with your clients. Like, this shit might take a while.
I had a guy reach out to me to do his peak week.
Oh.
For the Michigan.
Yeah.
And or he was like 2 or 3 weeks out. He's
Yeah.
like, can you take it over and do the peak week? I don't know what I'm doing. He was self-coached. And I was like, I was looking at his pictures and I was like, look, I'm going to be honest with you.
Mm-hmm.
You should push your show back. Because he just didn't seem ready.
Yeah.
He ended up, not doing, he ended up competing on his own. Maybe somebody else helped him. I don't know. But he looked decent. He looked good.
Yeah.
But a lot of people would have just been like, yeah, sure. I'll take the money.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll push you through.
I'll give you peak week.
And then if things go wrong, I only worked with them for 3 weeks.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Put the disclaimer in
Yeah.
there.
Yeah.
This whole thing wasn't me. Just the last 3 weeks.
Yeah, just the last 2 weeks.
Yeah.
I tried to salvage as much.
Yeah. Dude, it's a fucked up game to be a coach now.
It's just it's so
Flooded.
saturated that, like, the great coaches get kind of muffled in with everyone else.
Yeah.
And it sucks being put, like, in that category with all the shit coaches. Because, like, people online are like, they don't know the difference. They don't know if you're a great coach or not unless they work with you. So it's like they've had a couple bad experiences and then they just think they're all like that.
And the great coaches aren't making promises that are like attractive to the eye, like when scrolling, right? Because lose up to 30 pounds with me in a 12-week, but it's like you get blood work. So the blood work, oh shit, 8 weeks of this 12-week is going to be health.
Yeah.
So we ain't looking at too much progress, but you have the confidence in knowing that you're going to help them get healthier and then help them lose weight.
Yeah.
Somebody who's just starting off, like, needs them to lose weight to throw that in their
Yes.
Because look what I can do, right? And then it's like the portfolio, the transformation post.
Yeah.
But they didn't really help them get healthier or anything. We just did a cosmetic thing.
Exactly.
Yeah, because I remember that when I was training. I was a trainer at LA Fitness, which was dog shit. And they would send me somebody and be like, here, take them. And then I'm like, hey, nice to meet you. I guess I'm going to be your personal trainer. And they're telling me what they want. And I'm like, who the fuck told you that this was possible? Because they lied to you. You might need to get your money back because we ain't doing that.
Yeah.
Like, that's just not feasible. You're going to see me for a half hour once a week?
Yep.
And you want me to do what for you now? Like, I wouldn't even, like, only if you were like, if I saw you in the gym other days with me, would I help you write out like a program?
Yeah.
Other than that, bro, like, what am I going to write a program out for? you're not coming here.
Yeah.
I'm not going to write a program for you. I'll see you
Yeah.
next Wednesday, bro.
Yeah.
Because, like, I know that's when you're coming in.
A lot of people just like expect too much, and I've gotten to the point where I'm super blunt now with everybody. I had a guy ask me the other day, "When do you think I can compete?" I said 3 years, 4 years. Kid's a great kid, but I'm gonna be real with you.
Yep.
You need 3 to 4 years.
Yeah.
And you know, somebody else somebody might put him on stage, you know, not looking right.
Yeah.
Just because that's what the kid wants.
Mm-hmm.
I think a coach is supposed to look out for their client. I would have
100%.
no problem telling him he can't compete if I had to.
Right.
Yeah.
And he'd be coachable about it, though.
Yeah, if you
He'd
didn't
be
think
receptive about it.
Like we've had that conversation before. It's like if you like I said before, your opinion is mine. Like I'm fucking mindless. So if you don't think I'm ready to compete, cool. We'll back the show up, or we'll just go into another growth phase. And then,
But a lot of people aren't like that.
No. I mean, they identify as a bodybuilder.
Yeah.
So if they don't get on stage this year, where's their identity?
Yeah.
Where are their stage picks from this year?
yeah,
Where's their progress? Did they really beat themselves if they didn't,
Yeah.
you know, because I can't wait to beat this guy, right? And then if you didn't step on stage, you didn't beat that guy,
yeah,
right? Yeah, no, it's crazy. It's very impatient. It's very,
Yeah,
like,
it's super impatient. And it's driving me crazy.
yeah.
Oh, I don't die, especially with the amount of people you deal with. I couldn't even imagine.
My lifestyle clients, I have such a good relationship with them now, to the point where they're like my homies.
Right.
Like,
And-
hey, you want to eat this weekend? Go ahead. Have
Yes.
fun. But let's understand that you're not going to change if you do.
Right.
Yeah.
Are you okay with that? Cool. Yeah. All right. Go ahead. Have fun.
And that's how it has to be. Like you're a coach. Like that's exactly how it is. Like with my like online, like my in-person clients too. It's like you build a relationship with them, and that's when the results start to happen. If you don't do that, then like you can let them go out to eat every once in a while, but they have to be making progress first.
Yeah.
They have-
100%.
Exactly. Like it's
Get them set up. Get them to change their habits.
Yep.
My biggest thing is that, look, bro, if I could change your habits 5 years down the line, those habits are instilled. We're
exactly.
good. We made some changes
Yep.
that are just going to benefit you for 20 years now.
Yeah.
Yep.
But like I had a lady the other day say something like, "Oh, I feel like shit because I cheated and I felt like I didn't earn my food." And I was like, "Hold up, we earn food?
Yeah.
We're human, bro.
Yeah.
Right,
Like
Yep.
you don't earn food."
Right.
You know, I was like, "Look, you've lost 15 pounds at this point. Your progression, we do training together too, so like her progression through training is great.
Mm-hmm.
All these things are great." And I was like, "You ate." I was like, "It's okay.
Yeah,
Your average weight's the same. Like everything's okay." But they felt so guilty about it. And I was like, this is what I'm trying to change. I'm trying to change that for them.
Exactly.
The actual relationship
Yep.
with the food.
Yeah, I had another lady the other day. She's lost like 20 pounds, and she was on vacation in Florida. I give a vacation tips, like what to do on vacation. Because a vacation gets ruined when you're dieting.
Yes, 100%.
Oh,
When
yeah.
you're focused,
100%.
yeah. Because it's not a vacation.
And then she had her birthday and everything, and checked in. She was 1 pound up, and I was like, "Hey, look at that!
Yeah.
We made it."
You were so you were so consistent for a year that now you can enjoy these little things, and nothing happens."
It is crazy how the body will do that too.
Yeah, because they were so like Joey was saying, you get them really consistent, making progress for a long time. Then you can work in these balance things to where they have no negative effect on them anymore.
Yep.
And that's the difference too. Balance, right? Like a balanced meal
Oh,
over like
yeah.
a cheat meal,
Yeah.
right? Like some people, when after 5 years of dedication of eating right, my cheat meal looks different.
Yep.
Like my cheat meal literally will be like a whole chicken with double rice. To me, that's off my meal plan. I don't weigh it. I don't care what they put on it. I might have hummus and a couple of bread with it, but that's a cheat meal for me. Like, and it's not a cheat. Right,
No,
like
it's still,
most
it's
people,
still clean food.
right? Most people would see it as like I need to have what I had in Vegas.
Yeah.
So when I was in Vegas, I had a stack of pancakes and they had cotton candy and fruit under the cotton candy, and the hot icing melted the cotton candy, and all the homies I were with were like, "What the fuck is that?" And I'm like, I get to do this because I went to the gym earlier, and like none of them went to the gym, but I went to Dragon's Lair while I was out
I
there.
know. How was it?
Dude,
I seen you were
so
there.
sick.
Fuck.
It was so sick.
Yeah.
But the first day I went super early, so it was like just any other gym. It had dope equipment,
Yeah.
but it was just like any other gym. But then the second day I went in the afternoon, and they were like, I was the smallest person in there, and I was like, fuck yeah, like
That's
this is so
awesome.
sweet. I love that.
Was there any like bigger names in there?
Not that I like really knew of,
Yeah.
but like everybody had an IFBB belt on. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Like, yeah. But there was one woman's physique competitor there, and her belt had her name on it. So I like looked her up, and she was like Olympia competitor.
Nice.
I was like, no shit.
That's
I was
cool.
like, that's dope. And she was just doing a good workout, nothing crazy, didn't have no tripod with her, just hitting her lift, you know, she was doing barbell rows with like 95 or 115. I was like, fuck yeah, just get it how you get it. Not caring about somebody hit 315 on pendulum row, so I need to too, right? Just doing you. But that's what I love about traveling. I love going to different gyms. Yeah, I love it.
It's the first thing I look up.
Yep. Before I go, where am I going to lift? Not no hotel gym either. No, whose gym is out there? What gym can I go to?
Yeah, that's what's pretty cool. Yeah. Like when you travel somewhere, you kind of find, like when we went to Tennessee, we like made sure we went to Carbon Culture, Brandon Curry's gym.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
How was that?
Sweet. It's all Arsenal stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's dope.
Some of their equipment's hit or miss.
Arsenal? A lot of their equipment's hit or miss.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like Prime shit though. I
feel like it's very over-engineered.
Yeah, it's like the sciencey, like where's the bro science in it?
Yeah.
That I used one they had at Dragon's Lair. It was sick because I've always wanted to use it. Was the one where you like lay down on it and it's got the 3 places to put weight. So
is it like a low row?
Yeah. But like chest supported low row. Oh my god, that machine was so dope. I hit 12 sets on it. Yeah.
Each weight thing is supposed to be the emphasis of a certain point.
I don't know how accurate that is.
It works.
Does it?
Yeah. Sweet.
You got to think, because
I don't know how it works, but I'm telling you it works.
Because it's on an arc.
Yeah, it's on an arc, but the weight is still moving the same amount of distance. And you're still moving in the same pattern.
Somewhat. But if I put the weight up here, by the time it gets through this motion, now the weight is up here rather than down here. And like the way you're holding the motion,
the leverages are different. Yeah,
because like if you put weight down here, it's for the end of the rep. So when you're getting that squeeze, it was like holy shit. But if you put it in the middle, it's all the way through.
Yeah,
because like I did 2
middle
sets.
Is like normal.
Yeah.
Top is at the start of the movement.
Yes.
And then bottom is at the end of the movement.
Yeah. Okay. Because if you put like 3 plates on the top, when you're starting, you're like okay, but then all of a sudden you're like this, and you're like what? And it's like
I guess because it gets to a certain point, it almost helps it out.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. Because now the weight is almost in front of you, so it's helping the rest.
It's the old Strive equipment. Have you ever used any Strive?
I pretty much just stick to Nautilus or like Atlantis.
Yeah. Okay, so Strive is Prime.
Okay.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
No way.
So I'm pretty sure Prime bought Strive's designs.
Okay.
And
RTB has some Strive
chest
stuff.
Press, an incline chest press like that, and it's wild. It's a flip of like a switch on the thing.
Yeah.
And you can like focus on the concentric top or the eccentric top or just a normal. You can set it up just for like a fluid motion.
They have a bicep curl too.
Yeah.
It's pretty
cool.
Have you seen the unilateral Smith machines?
What?
No.
Yeah. So it was who was Chris God, I can't never pronounce his last name. He's gonna slaughter me if he fucking listens to this. Pantano. He's with Tough, but he's like my squat motivation. He squats like an animal, and he's like this big bearded dude. But he was using a unilateral Smith machine. So it was a Smith machine with 2 handles. It was so cool.
Oh damn, that sounds sweet as fuck.
That'd be pretty cool.
I like the Smith machine too.
I love it.
I know it helps.
Depends on the movement.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. It always puts a weird pressure on my lower back, like when I squat.
So Arsenal has one of the
I could
best,
see that though.
Really?
Because with Arsenals, when you get it installed, you can choose to have it installed at a 0 degree, or a 7 degree.
Oh, gotcha.
The 7 degree
is just enough.
Perfect.
Yeah.
It's like perfect. You could squat perfectly. You could bench perfectly. Yeah. Because it's just enough of an angle.
It's not like the hammer strength.
No, like hammer strength is like
like
30%.
almost like a 45-degree angle.
The Smith machines that have like a floating bar, I fucking hate that.
Oh, like they.
Oh, yeah. You go like through and through.
No, you can't like slam it.
No,
it won't.
They have like.
So I just
they don't have a counterweight.
Yeah, exactly. So I just like it free floating where like.
You can like throw it up and it'll just like kind of
float down. Yeah.
Have you seen the ones that
they move up and forward?
Yeah. What the? Yeah.
That's crazy.
I think it was Ian Valeri was using one of those.
Yeah, my buddy. They were members at the Fairlane Club, and the Fairlane Club had one. I remember he was doing lunges with it. I'm like, what the fuck?
That's really cool.
Yeah, it was dope though.
I think Cybex makes it. Cybex or Matrix makes it.
Probably
I think
cost a fortune.
Yeah, it's probably like a $10,000 machine.
Ridiculous.
Have you seen the explosive Smith machines that have handles that you can? So say you're doing like a fucking shoulder press or like a clean and jerk, you can throw it up, and when you release the handles, it stops. Yeah.
That's crazy.
Cool.
Yeah,
I've never
it's more
seen
for
that.
like explosive and like athletic training, stuff like that.
Got you.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Dude,
There's a lot of cool equipment.
Equipment is like right now is really cool because like different handles, different points. Like at Dragon's Lair, it was like Toys R Us for me. I was like, oh my god.
But Dragon's Lair is only Arsenal and Prime.
Correct.
Yeah.
But still, nothing around here has that.
Yeah.
No.
So it
Not
was
yet.
cool as fuck, right?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Because like their row, right? They're like chest like row that you stand up. You stand up. I stand up too, and just put my chest.
Okay, yeah.
That, like the hammer row that you put the weight on the bottom.
Yep.
It had a handle, and the handle like
Swivels,
moved too.
yeah.
The handle swivels.
Yeah.
And the arm of it.
That's
swivel.
cool.
It was real sick because like
Yeah.
I've been having like tendonitis problems in my thumb.
Yeah.
So I had to find a dope angle and like pull it in too. And I was just like, oh, that's money. You know, when you feel an exercise and you're like, that's it.
Yep.
And I'm just going to stay here for too many sets.
Yep. Yeah.
That's what I felt there. It was fucking dope. But yeah, that is without a doubt my favorite part of traveling to new gyms is trying out new shit. I hope I get to try out some of these explosive Smith machines.
The Powerhouse in Pittsburgh is pretty nice.
In Pittsburgh?
I still haven't been there.
Yeah, because you're usually competing when you go to
Yeah.
Pittsburgh.
Yeah. I don't know. I only have like probably 1 or 2 lifts when I'm there. But
Yeah. Dude, I want to go now.
Told you, dude.
It's a good time.
I'm
You're
flying.
flying, you said, yeah.
I'm not driving.
I
Fuck
drive.
that.
We drive everywhere.
I drove by myself last year,
Yeah.
and I probably almost fell asleep 4 or 5 times.
We're bringing Bruno this time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
The
That'll
hotel
be
we're
dope.
staying at is pet friendly, so it's like we're gonna bring him. And someone else had their pit bull, and we were down there too. I was like, fuck.
Right.
Bruno had a friend.
Yeah.
No, I'm flying. Gas prices?
I know.
I'd rather fly, bro.
I know it's
Yeah.
probably cheaper.
Listen, I get a free companion ticket. You can come with me.
Oh, shit, dude. Hell yeah. Let me know the days. I'll fucking schedule it for sure.
I'm gonna
for
be
sure.
there. I'm gonna be there Tuesday. Tuesday through Friday. I got a women's physique girl Friday.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to come there early too because I'm competing Wednesday. So
My
check-ins
work
will be
is
early.
like going to be like, what the fuck are you doing? Because I got to take another day off this month. I got 2 days off to take next month. I got a wedding the following month. And what are we doing here?
Why? They just want. They're not asking for a whole
I
week.
know.
Yeah.
I know.
It's just life. Who cares?
I know. It's a dispensary though. They don't really understand that because it's
Where do you
just
work?
At Loom Dispensary.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
They're pretty accommodating.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are. But it's just funny because like, why can't you work weekends? Because I do shit on the weekends. I had shit to do. Like,
You're
I
there
need
Monday
to
through
do that.
Friday.
I know, but everybody but me works weekends.
Oh.
Yeah. I told him I was
But
like,
you
if,
get your work in?
I told him
Yeah.
I was like, if this doesn't work, then I'll go somewhere else. It's not
Yeah.
a big deal. Like before we started.
Yeah.
Because they're like, oh well, normally we make people work weekends. I was like, that's fine. I get it.
Make everyone else work weekends.
Yeah, I can't. I'm sorry. I got shit going on.
Yeah.
But it is what it is.
All
I'll
right.
figure out
We
a
won't
way.
keep you too long. Thanks
this
for
is
coming
a lot
on
of
today.
fun,
How
man.
long have we been on? Oh
I
shit!
don't know.
Almost 2 hours. Oh wow. Hold on. What time did we get here? 12:40.
Something like that.
Something
Yeah.
like that. It's about to be 2:45. Is that right?
Yeah.
Well, I know you hate Instagram, but tell people where they can find you on Instagram.
Joey Quads or Coach Cavalier is my professional Instagram page.
Nice.
I have a Facebook, but it's like I don't really post on
Use
it
it.
anymore.
Yeah,
it's
fuck
just-
Facebook.
I get everyone from Instagram or like my phone. So
Yeah, and we'll tag you and share you too,
Perfect.
for sure. Appreciate you coming on,
Oh,
man.
of course.
Coming
Thank
on,
you
man.
so
Yeah,
much.
thanks for having me. It was fucking
course.
awesome coming finally.
Hell yeah, for sure. Peace out.
See ya.